Okay, welcome, Dara.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here.
The final day in Malta. How's the trip been?
It's been a lot of fun. Not so much, not great luck at the poker table. I'm in cash the main event. That was pretty much it as far as success on the trip.
Yeah.
But the trip's been tremendous fun. It's my first time after the Battle of Malta.
Yeah.
And it's been a wonderful event.
Sure.
He might be the most frequent. Yeah.
And 9's here for Flavio.
I think this is going to be shove as well. Yeah. Yeah. He's just going to shove and hope here.
14.5 bigs? No.
Yeah, that's pretty standard, I think. I mean, again, you don't love it if you get called. Oh, is Jackson interesting spot here now? Given how active Flavio has been, we've seen him shove a few times already. Josef might think this is a good spot to call now.
He also might feel he's being pushed around a little bit, Josef.
Yeah, exactly. He's just folded the last hand. Sometimes that spills over into the next hand.
So just short of 6 million.
If it was a little shorter, it would definitely be a call. I think this is very borderline. Like, I think he's honestly thinking about the call here.
Oh yeah, this is genuine for sure. He's not showboating, but he does find the fold. I like the fold. Yeah, that's a very disciplined fold.
Good job.
Look what he would have run into.
Wowzers.
Colm is not going to fold.
All in, announced.
Yeah, Colm doesn't waste any time. Great spot for Colm now.
Colm's got the jacks.
It could have been tricky for him a little bit if there was no tank by Flavio and he automatically raised and isolated there. I think he would have just called, and in which case Colm has an easier time, but no decisions need to be thought about here. Instant jam. We know who Team 32 Red is rooting for. We know who the Italians are rooting for.
And that's a safe flop for Colm.
A 9 and only a 9.
Yeah, we have no backdoors. It's all about whether Flavio can find a 9 or not. That doesn't do the job.
Flavio's friends are rooting for a 9.
Will it come? No.
It isn't. Round of applause. Well done, Flavio.
Unfortunate for you, 9s is a snap jam in that spot. It's tough when you're under the gun because other players can wake up with hands like Colm did with the jacks. But very well done. Nice run in the main event.
And just as a side note, had Josef made what I think would have been an incorrect call there, he would have actually taken out 2 players with the ace.
Wow, yes.
So that's the thing about poker. You can make the right decision. You can make the wrong decision sometimes and be greatly rewarded for it.
But 24,620 euros, nothing to laugh about. 6th through 9th, it is the final MPN PT in the tour's history. Should be something special. I'm looking forward to it. Not too far away. 2020 sounds really far away, but it's really now only 2 months away.
Yep. You will be in Madrid. So we're on 8. As you saw on the graphics, the payouts.
Look at this. Columns picked up queens immediately.
Wow. The ladies.
And obviously he's opened. I'm not sure what Jack 6 is thinking about here. Leo gets out of the way quickly with 10 deuce, and Bruno just has 9-3 in the small blind. He's gone, and we have ace king.
This could be fireworks.
I think we will be having a race here.
We will.
Probably a shove.
Yeah. Yeah, 16 big blinds. I think he'll just shove.
And he does.
And he's going to be snap called.
Colm could take out 2 players in 2 hands.
That would be amazing. And get right up into the mix.
Queens from Callum, who's just taken out the first player on the final.
Not looking good so far for Sean, but he still has 6 outs. One of them is blocked in someone else's hand, so 5 outs.
Hold the crowd.
The 32 red players are shouting for Colm. This is a safe card for Colm. Sean needs some love on the river. Still
who's just taken out the first player on the final.
Not looking good so far for Sean, but he still has 6 outs. One of them is blocked in someone else's hand, so 5 outs.
Hold the crowd
The 32
shout.
red players are shouting for Column. This is a safe card for Column. Sean needs some love on the river, still has some equity. Now we hear some Sean fans on the rail. Oh!
2 in 2.
Wow. Well, very well played, Sean. We did enjoy watching you earlier this festival. We didn't get to see too much of you today. You are out in 8th place for 27,100 euros, and the final 7 players are each now guaranteed a pay jump up to 33,880 euros. That's sometimes a top prize in other events of this buy-in.
So nobody was eliminated. So it's still 33,880 for 7th. And Sergei is now looking down at the hooks.
And he's got 26 big blinds.
I'll just open this.
This is just going to be an open, yep.
Have they been opening to like normal sizing or like 2.5?
They've been very few min raises so far.
Okay.
It's tended to be 2.2 to 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
So we do see the 2.2. Rooney has 8-4. He's going to let this one go. And also 8-4 in the big blind. Leo's been pretty card dead on the final table. Oh, look at this. Bruno's picked up ace king on the
Here
bottom.
we go. This could be a stack swap.
This could be a stack swap, yeah.
They're all in.
He's moved all in.
Yep.
Bruno has got a rush of cards. The jacks should definitely call now.
100%. No count. They have to call.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would actually pass eights, I think, pretty quickly.
Yeah, pass
Yes.
8s and 9s. Like jacks and 10s is the line. 10s is probably
Yeah.
the line. I think jacks is just a call.
Yeah,
like,
10s,
here we go.
10s I would think about for sure.
He's made the call, and he doesn't like
He
it.
doesn't like being in
He's
a
like,
flip.
show me your hand.
Okay, so it's one of the spots where neither player likes being in a flip here
No.
because the shortest stack can obviously be eliminated. The other guy can lose most of his stack or over half of his stack. So
It is
it's an unfortunate situation, but the hands play themselves.
the proverbial
Yeah.
flip. Who wins? Queen.
the man was
five.
calling for an ace earlier, and it was not even needed.
There's a few friends on the rail shouting king, as you can
Okay,
hear.
so
Bruno needs to hit.
an ace or a king or running queens.
Running straight cards, maybe.
Running jack 10.
Yeah. No, the jack doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
gonna
true,
struggle.
yeah.
You're gonna struggle
Yeah,
with
yeah.
jack 10.
Yeah.
It has to be queen, in fact, yeah.
I think an ace or a king might work.
Yeah.
Or an ace or a
We,
king.
we
That's
need
the
a-
easy way.
we
But
need an
queen,
ace
queen is the sick way,
or
though.
a king. Oh, we lost one. It's a jack.
Just a house.
We have lost Bruno Massimo in 7th place for 33,000.
You know, he's obviously unlucky there to lose a flip, but
Yeah.
you got to win your flips. That's pretty much, short stack poker, isn't it? Now look, the other guy's got 3 bigs anyway. That's a sick ladder, though, isn't it?
It does have equity against most hands,
Has
too.
equity, and he can actually win the big blind when he shoves, whereas next hand he'll have to post a big blind as ante and can only win that back. So his shoving range should be super wide here. A 9-7 suit certainly qualifies. Now
It is so hard to keep up with this chat. I don't know if you guys have been trying, but it is on fire.
It is indeed.
yeah, Leo makes a fold there. I think ICM is the main consideration for
Oof.
Leo. He doesn't want to, and Stephen's waking up at kings. Stephen will not be folding here.
Even against kings, he has 20%, though, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
it's the perfect hand, because when you run into a really big hand, you still have 20%, whereas queens only has 18%. So that's why these types of hands make good shoves.
And it looks like an isolation, as we would expect. I wonder if he's still thinking of peeling or just trying to get reads on the players.
Yeah,
for
it's
the future
2.5
reference.
million. It's more than 10% of his stack, which is that's generally regarded as the cutoff point beyond at which he shouldn't be calling.
So Rune's equity went down a little bit only because there was a 7 in Sergei's hand.
Yeah, we saw the 7 there. He's going to need a lot of help now.
Yeah,
Basically,
runner.
runner, yeah.
And somehow a lot of those outs are already taken, it looks like, because he's down to just 2%.
Yeah. And now he's dead.
Yeah.
Showers for Rune.
That is it. Stephen Zadaloff takes out Rooney in 6th place. Great effort. The 9,000 extra.
Straight to 74,540 euros. So there should be some ICM involved. Right now, nobody is super short. We know Leo has been on a heater. He's probably not overly concerned that he is the short stack because he still has 24 big blinds.
He's a good bit shorter than the others, but he's still not short. The other stacks are actually very packed, like big blind. So it's that's certainly that's the most outlandish move we've seen yet on the final table. It's basically a shove and hope, where you just hope the guy doesn't have a hand.
And if
People can sometimes misjudge this situation where somebody wakes up with a hand after having been particularly active once or twice recently.
He's played the last 2 hands, and now he's going to play this hand as well. So, and he's in the small blind position where he doesn't need to have a hand.
Yes, and you start to draw a conclusion that this guy's he's stepped up a couple of gears, and now your play can vary, and this is a spot. Yeah,
Leo's a spot.
Yeah, this is a.
Leo has less than 20 bigs. He's pocket 4s, blind on blind. He's the shortest stack. This is an all-in for
he's
sure.
going to shove.
Leo knows exactly what to do here.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's going to get called.
Yep.
Snap
And now
call
it's a fair fight.
Yep. Fair
To
fight.
the finish. Yeah.
The 4 is only very slightly ahead, and yeah, Leo didn't need to think about that. Leo's a very experienced online player. He knows his range is blind on blind.
an ace in the window.
Oh, this is unfortunate. I'm very sorry to see Leo go. As I said, I played with him on day 1. It's the most impressed I've been with a live player that I was playing with live for the first time.
Let's see a 5 here. Make a sweat. No.
No, he needs a
Yeah,
4.
a 4, or it's the door.
Or another 4. Ooh. Well, good game, Leo.
Yeah, fantastic.
And just 4 players remain. They're each guaranteed 74,540 euros. And column our 32 red qualifier. Imagine turning a few euros into already over 70,000.
That's pretty sick.
Could walk away with 306,000 if things go his way.
Yeah, let's see.
He's battled his way up. He had 2.6 million chips, 11th out of 11th to start the day.
Whoa.
And by the time the final table came around, we weren't watching while it was 11th and 10th. We were preparing for the stream. All of a sudden, he has 14 million in chips and was in 3rd place. And we did find out he eliminated the 10th place player. There's more information on that on the Battle of Malta blog, so go ahead and check that out. They're reporting on stream time, so don't worry about getting any spoilers. And also, there's information on the MPN blog as well, so to be sure to check that out.
Let's see, we got an interesting hand here brewing. Whoa.
Wow.
Top pair.
Did you know this was going to be the
So
flop, John? It's got far
did
more
not
interesting
know.
now.
But 2 interesting hands, big hands, and on this flop,
This is sick.
I feel sorry for Callum.
Yeah, this could be the end of Calm, although we could see still a queen, but one of them is out, so it would be like a 1-outer for Calm, but technically a
Yeah.
2-outer.
Runner, flush. Runner straight doesn't work though.
Runner,
It will give Steven full house.
runner flush with the King of Diamonds would be the end of the world.
Okay.
Or with
True.
the Jack and King of Diamonds, if we're real going to be cruel.
Yeah. Let's see.
So Colin probably thinking, he has to think he has the best of it. And Steven not wasting any time, because this can easily look like a move, but it is for value, it is for inducement.
Yeah.
He does not obviously want Column to fold. He wants to build up that pot as best as possible.
And it's huge bet as well.
Yeah, and this spot, this column does have a lot of ace-queen, even ace-king hands that may continue here with the under-the-gun raise, although it is a cutoff, so it's not exactly an early position raise. Let's see what he does. He does call it.
Yeah,
Not
pretty
that
standard.
surprised. But I think he's going to be cautious now after that.
Ace on the river, ace on the turn will be ill.
Tower wants to see carnage now, too.
No, it would be ill. 3 of spades would be
be
good.
ill.
Well, the 6 of spades is
That's a
pretty safe, but
It's a break, yeah.
Zedloff has the option. Trip 10s on the flop.
He's all in, I think he said. I saw it mouthed out. He is indeed all in for 22
Wow.
million.
If we get a
Wow.
call,
This is a bold move.
we are facing elimination.
this could save Colm some chips also, because he was likely to call many bets. I don't know if he's going to call here.
Let's see if he can lace it down. I don't think Steven would do this so often with King Queen. So
No, I think King Queen is.
He's
he
made the call, and unfortunately we're drawing to a queen.
Gonna get the bad news.
yep. Yeah.
Just the Queen of Hearts can save him. 2% chance. That is still a chance. 1 in 50.
It's a possibility.
A one-outer needed. And it isn't. It's as far away as you can get. He taps the table, does Colm Higgins from Dublin. He normally plays cash. He caught a late flight with his mates who said, why aren't you in Malta?
Payout of 102,050.
Look at that. Sergei's like that. We've just got a page up to a... What was it, Jason?
But these things can be a little bit better, and those things got to be a lot better. Sergei with the snowman from the button. Just
limp.
calling.
Whoa.
So we're seeing that by all players, so that's going to slow things down if we're not seeing players raise.
Like I like that he just calls here because of ICM. Just Joseph doesn't have that many chips, 11 million. So yeah, Sergei should never raise here. It's just Steven can put so much pressure on him here.
Is that all in?
It's all in by Joseph.
Wow.
Ace
And he
nine.
underwrapped his hand here.
Wow.
So he
The
might
ace
call it
nine.
off.
Sergei's got a chance to get a double up here if he makes the call with a snowman.
That is a big shove.
Have we seen quad eights this week?
We have not seen quad eights
Wow.
this week.
Quad eights
I
up.
have.
John has.
Yes, on my table, and I said, this is Triple H sponsored. Where is the...
Ah, we get a prize.
Oh.
We have a call, folks.
Whoa, we have the call with the ace nine.
He reshoves.
No, the
The
eight's
eights.
called.
So the ace nine shoved, the eights have called. The all-in player is Joseph with his 12 million. He has been one of the chips leaders for weeks and weeks in this event. Every time you look at the chip stacks, he was up the top, but he is now all in with ace nine, and he needs to hit because Sergei has him covered with the snowmen.
Wow.
I really like Sergei's play here. Let's see.
7,
Snowmen are still ahead.
10, 5.
Yeah, just 5 outs.
Joseph needs some help.
We saw Steven falling one of the nines, so let's see.
He has some runner possibilities as well. Oh, there's
They
one
hit
of
the
the
ace.
outs.
We have hit the ace. Now he needs to fade an 8. Rolls reversals, and we get a double up.
Whoa!
What's happened there? Oh, the
Wow.
crowd have gone nuts.
That's sick.
That is so sick.
It drops down to about 5%. Boom on the river for
Crazy.
Sergei. Wow, wow, wow.
And I kind of like that.
Oh.
But I do like that they kept the big blind ante throughout. It makes it so that we haven't seen a single button fold throughout this long heads-up battle.
I nearly spent this euro on exactly that. I nearly had a bet with Fraser when he said I'll take any odds.
So we're going to give exact amounts of the deal. It was 217,167 euros for each player, and the winner will get exactly 30,000 more, 247,167 euros. So
Awesome.
30,000 left to play for, and we could see stacks in, depending on what happens here with both players with ace queen, but it may not happen.
I re-raise. Yeah, I'm all in. I call. Chop it up.
You often see after a chop that does speed things up considerably. Players are happier to get it in. It seemed very cagey before the deal, which was understandable given how much they were paying for it. They're paying for a lot less, but still a significant chunk. Both these hands are obviously strong enough to get in pre-flop for 40 big blinds or so. So we are going to see the 3-bet.
One. Is that about 12 mil? Love how the guys have lowered it so we can see Sergei playing with his chips, and then you can see the size of the bets going in. Love that.
That's a fairly large 3-bet. That 3-bet tells me I'm willing to
There's the all in.
There we
all in,
go.
and we're going to get
There's
a
a
quick
call.
and
First all in and a call heads up. We really, really, really don't want to see any dramas.
No, not here. We want to see this heads-up battle continue and go in a different fashion.
Yeah.
Sergey has a slightly better hand because he has the ace of clubs, so he can hit a club or a spade flush and win.
Ooh. Oh.
But no.
It will be a chop no matter what happens from here, but this is our biggest pot of 110 million in chips.
Well, that's them all.
It should be about 116 million in chips,
Yeah.
but
That's them all.
Steven actually had 55 million to start the hand, so 110 million makes sense.
Yep.
This is a few more than just a chip and a chair, but coming back against a man like Steven van Zittelhoff will be difficult.
Yeah, he's basically in shove or fold mode now. Both players are playing effectively 6 big blinds because that's Sergey's stack. 2.5 of those blinds are going in every 2 hands, so he will be all in the next few hands.
All it takes is a double up or two, though, and then it's a whole new ball game.
Totally.
Back to where we were. But he's huge.
The bad news for him is he is now the big blind as well, so he's actually putting in a third of his stack this hand.
Which means he should be calling off a very wide range. Oh, my.
Look at this.
Big slick.
Yeah, this is...
I'm all in.
Yeah.
All in for
Put the pressure on.
105 million, please.
Yeah. Steven will be all in here.
Or just bet 10 million, which is
exactly
the same.
what he just
Yeah,
said.
all in,
And a call.
Queen 9 is a
This could be it,
snap
folks.
call going 2-1.
First all in and a call for the title.
This could be it. Steven, a 2-1 favorite in the hand.
Do we have a Battle of Malta champion? It's over to the dealer.
We hear Steven's rail, rooting him on. A diamond out of the window.
That's not any help.
So far, so good for Steven.
Yep, he needs to fade a Queen and 9 running straight cards. And we have a champ.
Just fade those 6 outs. Oh, we have someone yelling for the Queen of Clubs. 6 of spades is
Gut
a
shot.
safe card, but it provides a gut shot, as Dara pointed out.
An 8, a 9, or a Queen.
Up to 10 outs.
Will it be blank?
Oh,
my!
He's hit it and doubled.
We're right back where we were.
Yep.
1 card away from being crowned the champion. And the Queen of Diamonds hits the river.
Such a river. Sorry, Dutch fans watching. We know that there are more of you than there are of Sergey fans. Sergey, though, back into it.
Need to keep them under control. You know, they love Malta. They want to go out partying. No, the media work so hard. It's unbelievable.
They are.
Like, they put in phenomenal hours here.
They are here when everybody leaves, putting the chip counts up, counting the
Absolutely.
chip
Like
counts.
tonight, when this actually ends.
We have a call, and we have an all in a call straight over to the table because this could be it. But
Sergey is ahead.
Big favourite is the all in play, and that's Sergey. And we could end up being back to 39 million against 70 million, because that is a great flop for Sergey with the ace. Oh, sorry, with the queens. He needs to fade an ace, basically.
Yep. Or running clubs or running straight cards.
That's
That
one of them.
is one of the running straight cards. So an 8 or an ace.
It's never easy.
No.
If we get an 8 or we get an ace, we have a champion. Other than that, we are back in the game. The river is a 9. It's the wrong card for Steven. And back in the game, up to just under 40 million, is Sergey Lassie.
Lisi?
Wow.
Lisi? I think.
L-I-S-A-I-I-I.
Okay, we've had this massive query about just how many letter I's he gets in his name, and we're settled officially on 3.
3?
L-I-S-I-I.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So Jason Glatzer taking a well-earned 30-minute break, being the anchor man all day long. He's got all the guests to come in on time. Thanks to Dara O'Keefe for being in most of the day. We had Fraser Mack as well and Bobby James for half an hour. Thanks to everybody for coming in. And we also had John Kite as well. We met for the first time. Even though apparently it's not pronounced kite.
Kite. Apparently.
Kite.
Nordic bat ambassador, I think he is.
And then Jason tried to speak it in Norwegian, and it was like nothing like kite.
Oh, there.
So, Kite. But apparently he answers to it all. So, we just called him
amenable.
John. We just called him John.
That's what you find with ambassadors.
Yes.
They're terribly. Zara's an ambassador.
We're at it again.
They're very amenable.
We're at it again. We've got Stephen with the worst of it. And this could be a massive double up yet again for the short stack. Are we going to crown a champion who gets lucky? Or does the Queen Jack hold and we get a double up and we're going to see if they do bed and breakfast?
Oh, the Queen 9 has picked up a gut shot.
He has.
And he has the backdoor flush draw as well.
Needs an 8,
so
a 9. Any heart on the turn will be interesting.
And that is the ultimate break, the black deuce.
So an 8 or a 9 needed for a champion. It's an 8. So the Jack Queen plays. We're back to where we were. In fact, we're more back to level. We're exactly 60 million each. Look at this.
We're starting to see a pattern here where Stephen is winning all the small battles, but when they get it all in, Sergey is getting the double ups to get back to the situation where he was before.
So, Dara, we've been talking about this a bit in the media room. We've got a lot of qualifiers here who won their seats or packages on satellites. What do you think, having written the Bible, how many people do you think are here in Malta or were here in Malta this week?
This level.
Yeah.
As Tower predicted.
Stephen does look very frustrated. Has to be said. He's run terribly, heads up.
He has indeed.
Malta.
Yeah, he's so short here now that even 7-6 has to be a shove. And Sergey will call very quickly once he sees the king.
This could be it.
This could be it. He's going to have to call here because he's got a king. Yeah, he knows.
Whoa!
Oh, here we go.
And
this could be title time.
Domination, unfortunately, for Stephen. He needs to hit a 6.
We know what the fans are rooting for in the chat. They're rooting for a 6, but even if the 6 doesn't come, you have to give props out to Stephen. He was one card away from.
Oh, that's it!
Oh my God!
That is just about it.
Yes.
That is just about it for Sergey Lisi.
Runner needed by Stephen. Running straight cards.
Game over!
No.
Game over,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen.
Well played, Stephen. Congratulations, Sergey Lisi, for being the 2019 Battle of Malta main event champion. He is hugging his rail that had been there since the beginning of the day. And Dutch poker fans that tuned in, Stephen, we know who Team 32 Red is rooting for. We know who the Italians are rooting for.
That's the safe number for.
No. Round of applause. Well done, Flavio Callum, who's just taken out the first player on the final. Oh, 2 in 2.
Wow.
Proverbial flip. Who wins?
The man was calling for an ace earlier, and it was not even needed.
Yeah. Well, the jack. Okay, well, we lost one. It's a jack.
Just a house.
We have lost Bruno Massimo.
So Rune's actually went because it was a 7 in Sergey's hand.
It's great effort. 9,000 extra.
Experience on unfair. He knows his range.
Ace in the window.
He taps the table, does Colin Higgins from...
Wow.
I really like
Oh, there's one. Whoa!
What's happened there? Oh, the
Wow.
crowd have gone nuts.
Even if the 6 doesn't come, you have to give props out to Steven. He was one card away from.
Oh, that's it.
Oh my God!
That is just about it.
Yes.
That is just about it.
Runner needed by Stephen. Running straight cards.
Game
Right,
over.
No.
Game over.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well played, Steven. Congratulations, Sergey Lisi, for being the 2019 Battle of Malta main event champion. He is hugging his rail.
Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you are in. Welcome to a fun show. My name is Kevin Martin. I'm joined with my longtime friend and commentator, Randy Nanonoko. How you doing this morning, Nanonoko?
What's up, big brother? How you doing, man? I'm
What?
excited here today for the Battle of Malta. It's a mini main event, man. 30,000 people enter this tournament. I've entered some of these small tours before in the past. I've never cracked like the top 1,000. So these guys are what, the final 9. This is very impressive. It's a big score for a lot of these guys. It's life-changing money for them. This is going to be fun today, Kevin.
That's why I'm so excited today. You nailed it. It is the mini main. So this is a small buy-in, $55. But the cool thing about this tournament, over 30,000 entrants. 30,000. Poker is a game of skill, but to make the final table, it's such a large field. Definitely requires a little bit of luck as well. So a lot of people we're going to see today, probably unknowns, don't have a big name in poker, but this is the heart of the poker dream, the rags to the riches story. It is going to be madness. They're playing for a lot of money for a $55 buy-in. I'm excited. Our players are going to get going right away, but we're gonna recap. We're going to show you guys some hands, how we got here and everything. And let's also take a second to look at some previous Battle of Malta tournament results. This is the series going on GGPoker right now, the Battle of Malta. There's been tons of sick events, sick scores. People are making a lot of money, and it's wrapping up very, very soon with the main event next weekend. But yeah, it's really, really, really exciting show here today. 30,000 entrants. My goodness, Randy, have you ever final tabled a tournament with so many entrants?
Yeah, right, man. I can barely final table a tournament with 50 people, you know, so 30,000 is obviously a ton. Having said that, you know, when you get through 30,000 people, usually when you get to the end, it's like, all right, I'm not going to mess up, right? So, like, what I imagine is some of these guys, they're probably going to want to be a little bit tighter in some spots because you're not going to get here. You're not, oh, it's close. Let me jam the King 8 suited. You know, these things may not happen here today, but, you know, that does provide opportunity for that person that does want to step over the line, maybe get a little out of line here today. Who knows? Everyone's got their own strategy today, and we're going to see a lot of, I think we're going to see some cool hands here because there's always someone out there, right? That's like, I'm on live stream. Let me do some sick, crazy bluff or something. And that's what makes these really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a $55 tournament, so at the start, the early levels, you're not playing very high-stakes poker, but we're playing high-stakes poker. Every pot is going to be worth so much equity with a massive field like this. This is what makes me excited in poker, these stories. You know, I like watching the sick pros play, but I also like seeing some unknowns find some big cashes, so we do have a treat today. Guys, thank you for joining us on the GG YouTube channel. We will be back next weekend with the main event as well. But let's take a second. I think we're going to go back and look at some previous tournaments from the Battle of Malta. Let's check out some of these previous scores. A lot of people have been made very happy. And here we go. Here's some previous tournament recaps. Look at that. Number 8, Bounty for Queen, 43K cash. And then, hey, there's a Canadian winning some money in the Bounty Poker Tour Special. Chinese player 7 High won 95,000, event number 10. There's a hyper and a turbo, some nice scores as well. Very successful series. Of course, the Battle of Malta is usually a live series that goes on in Europe. There's too many germs in the world this year, so we couldn't do that. We had to take it online. It's been very successful. A lot of these guarantees have been absolutely smashed. And there's Bruno, a Brazilian player, winning $29,000 in the 1K High Roller Turbo side event there. So yeah, new name going to be added to the list today. Big money up top in today's tournament. You can see this is the mini main event going down today. Here it is. These are the details. $55 buy-in, so very affordable for all ranges in the poker community. There was a guarantee of $1 million that was absolutely smashed. It got over 1.5 million, 10,000 starting chips, and boy, we've come so far. 30,000 entrants, a bunch of satellites as well, and we are down to 9 players left out of 30,165. Someone do the math. Randy, you're a math guy. What percentage of the players are left?
Oh God, I need to bring a calculator out. I don't know if it gets that many decimals in, right? It's so little. It's a point something through. I don't know, Kevin, but it's a lot of people. I want to see these players play some poker soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go down to the final table and make some introductions here. Here are your 9 players ready to go. But before we get the cards in the air, we got to give you some backstory. Here they are. The final table is for the mini main event. They've come so far out of 30,000, and here are the final 9. My goodness. Ooh, some different chip stacks as well. 1 Canadian there. Let's go around and let's introduce everybody. I believe we're going to start with the chip leader here. He's bringing in the big stack. 74 big blinds. It is Noob Sabat, the Irishman. And look at that. Again, this is something we're going to see today. Only a $29 average buy-in. Barely any results on their GGPoker account. You can see they won a $21 tournament for 1.5K, but this is a different league right now. Noob Sabat bringing in the massive chip leader, and he has all the chips. He's not even close to second place. He has a dominating control. Really big spot for the Irishman. What do you expect from our chip leader here today?
Well, hey, I don't know if you know, but Noob Sabat, he's actually from Mortal Kombat. I used to play fighting games a lot in my time, and this guy, he looks like he's done a lot of fatalities because he's got the chip lead. He's got all the chips. He should be just jam on people a lot, man. You know what? You just jam on these guys trying to ladder up a little bit, and even if you lose a pot, it's okay. Didn't you slow down? But right now, you got the chips. You got the time to splash. I don't know. This guy's, he's got to do good. He's got such a massive chip leader today.
Such a chip stack. Overwhelming favorite for sure. Let's check out some hands. Let's get a story of how Mr. Noob Sabat made the final table with all these chips. Let's get it. Let's paint the picture here. He is ace jack suited, goes for a min raise. You can see already this is deep in the tournament. Small blind 400,000, big blind 800,000. And look at this. He gets a light shove from the king 9 suited.
Goodbye. I love it.
I love the emoji use there. He calls. He's ahead, not dominating, needing to fade king 9s and diamonds, and that's a pretty good flop.
Yeah, it looks like the king 9 suited just was like, I've done a few raising a bunch, and this is how Noob got a bunch of chips here, huh? Wow, that's 70
nice.
million.
Classic. Good hand is the chip leader, gets it in good, and he holds. That's ABC Fundamental Poker is the chip leader, and that is why he is the overwhelming chip lead. So definitely the one to watch. We're going to get one more bonus hand here. Guess what, Randy? In tournaments, you got to get a little lucky here. And you see Noob Sabat with the ace 9 versus a button open.
All in.
I think he's going to rejam city. There it is. Uh-oh, bad news. Up against the kings just with that 1 overcard. And right in the flop, the ace of diamonds. Oh, what a polite Irishman with the sorry emote.
He's going to be fun today because every time he beats someone in pot today, he's just going to emote away. He's going to just tilt people extra, man. But I like the reshove here of the ace 9. Sometimes they have it, but you know what? You always got a chance to win it if you get it all in.
Terrible beat from the pocket kings, but guess what? That's the game we play. especially deep in these tournaments. It's a great time to run good with all those millions of chips in the middle. So there is our chip leader, Noob Sabat, one to watch. All right, Coca Latina. I like this name, Coca Latina from Brazil. Again, this is something we're going to see today. A lot of newer players, not that much experience. An average buy-in of $67. He's had a few results, but only 27K in cashes. I mean, he is looking to make a big, big leap in terms of a big winning cash here today. Brazilian player, he's bringing in 36 big blinds. Coca Latina is one to watch for sure. He's a medium stack, well behind the chip leader, but he still has quite a bit of ammunition. Let's check out a hand and see how he got here to the final table.
I always loved watching the Brazilian players play. You know, they always a bit crazy, and you just get in there. Looks like he's got the ace jack, and they're playing pretty deep here, right? About 40 big blinds. I wonder if he's a 3-bet type player or calling. Let's see. I mean, he's a Brazilian player. Of course, he's going to 3-bet the ace jack offsuit. Get some action. Wow, look at these cards in this board. I'm wondering how to get a bunch of chips in.
Whoa, a lead from the King 10 suited. Unorthodox indeed. I guess Coca Latina is going to peel one off here with the gut shot overcard.
You're telling me Coca Latina wins this pot? Wow. Oh,
There it
Rivers
is.
the ace.
Rivers the ace, 14 million in the middle. And that's a winner. So that is how Coca Latina got to second place at this final table. Again, an amazing accomplishment here. We're going to mention this a few times. I've played a lot of poker tournaments. It is borderline impossible to make a final table when 30,000 people are involved. Do you know how unreal, how against the math that is? That's why
it is unreal. You
My-
got to win some random hands here and there. Wow, it looks like he's going to get in a dicey one, right? Like, guy just jamming here. I guess you got to go up the ace-9.
Yeah, top pair, top kicker. He's got to fade the overcard, the diamonds. But he puts it in. Coca Latina all in a big pot here. Slight favorite. Oh, that's a great card. He goes from slight to mega favorite, 84%. Fade in the blue cards, and he does. So that is how he got the chips. Nice hand with trip 9s. Coca Latina. We joke about it. There's a bit of a stereotype that Brazilian players are super aggressive. Do you know why it's a stereotype? Because it's true. They're nuts, Randy. They're always 3-betting me. They're always bluffing the river versus me. They just never want to give up on these hands.
It's definitely true, man. I've done some of those Super Million 10K live hold cards up. They're always bluffing. They just 4-bet every hand. They're just, you know, if they don't have a good hand, they're betting. I mean, if they have a good hand, they're betting too. They're just always betting, Kevin.
Yeah, they're always betting. So that's Coca Latina, one to watch. Let's go to our number 3 chip stack. Here we go. Amorbury. Amorbury's coming in. Amorbury has a bit more experience. You can see an average buy-in of $124, so a bit bigger. He has 334K in cashes with some great results. There are a couple first places in some $200 tournaments. Amorbury in third place with 42 big blinds. So this is the player at the final table with the most experience, the best results on their GGPoker account. They'll be one to watch. They're bringing in 42 big blinds. They are dangerous. Let's check out some hands. How did they make this insane final table?
You pick up 2 queens in the right spot, right?
Find the big hands deep. It's part of the game. And look at this. This is such a great shove spot. You got a bunch of dead money in the middle. Noob Sabat's our chip leader. I sense we're going to have a lot of emoji usage at the final table today. Look at him. He's spamming the emotes.
I like he does it like mid-hand too. He flat 7-8 suit. It's like, come on, let's battle it. And it looks like he's just spamming emojis. I'm not sure if you're aware, Kevin, but this guy, Amorby, he does have a lot more experience, and it looks like he got coached by Ape Styles at some point, who's been streaming more lately. He's going to be one direct. Yeah.
My goodness, that's a great one to learn from. Abe Styles with a recent big final table on Twitch Poker. Nice to see him streaming. It's a good coach to have, so he's going to be one to watch. And look at him go. A little bit of a lighter raise here with Jack 8 suited, but he's got the chips.
All in.
And this is a great flop for Amorbury. In position, 2 overs, diamonds.
Call.
And there you go. That's how he made the final table with so many chips. Just turns the flush and takes it down. I assume 2 6s are folded, and there we go. So that is one of the hands that added to his chip stack. I mean, I'm unbiased. We're commentators. I feel like he's going to be really a big threat. I feel like he has the most experience. He has 43 big blinds. Borbury might be a nice little pick here, coming in with 3rd in chips. But let's move on to number 4 in chips. Oh, 35 big blinds. Here he is, the Israeli player, Pythagoras, 11. Do you remember from high school math, Nanonoko, the Pythagoras theorem?
Yeah, is that the a squared equals b plus b? I don't know, man.
It's something like that. I don't remember. It's a long time ago. The Israeli player here, Pythagoras, with a bit of a larger average buy-in and some nice cashes as well. So they're bringing a little bit of experience, a bit of a low cash percentage there with only 9%. But it doesn't matter if you're making final tables when you cash. That's what counts. He's bringing in 35 big blinds. Let's run the highlight reel. How did our man Pythagoras find these chips?
Raise. Fold. Fold.
Ace 5 of diamonds, a beautiful little hand to open under the gun.
Fold.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Under the gun, it looks strong, right? You look like you got the aces and kings, so you got to mix up some other. Wow, what? Look at this hand. Oh,
he was short. D.D. Miller in the big blind was short.
Yeah.
So Pythagoras gets it in behind here.
How does he win this pot?
8%? Oh, that's how. The backdoor diamonds. And he finds the river diamond. So that helps. That helps. That was a pretty big one there to get his tournament going in the middle and late stages. Pythagoras. Here he goes again. Oh, this is how he got the chips. Easy life. Aces on the button versus ace king in the big blind.
You can't play this hand wrong. It's just, especially when someone just goes all in for you. 2 aces, you can say, what a major cooler. But I don't know if you remember, Kevin, the other day, the last time we did the stream, you're thinking, who should I pick to win this at some point? And you pick the other guy who's Israeli, and the guy on the right of the corner, right corner of the table. You're like, what do you mean that guy? He just plays aces. Well, this guy's playing aces today, and that guy got 3rd place, I believe, last week.
Yeah, I feel like there's some talent coming from Israel these days. I play against some tough regs from Israel all the time. Don't sleep on him. All right, we're getting down the leaderboard here. Our next player, 5th place player, bringing in 28 big blinds. Oh, it's Nikos, Texas. And look at this. He just opened his GGPoker account because he has $236 of cashes. Brand new to the GGPoker network. What a final table here to baptize your account. He's from Cyprus. Only 1 previous cash. And here he goes. What a final table. Can you imagine how exciting this is for him, playing for all this money up top? Nikos, Texas, bringing in 28 big blinds. How did our friend get these chips?
Oh, he looks like he's in a little bit of trouble here.
He is behind here with the ace 9 of hearts, and he goes for the 3-bet.
Fold. Fold.
So it looks like he's going to be forced to call it off against the ace king, but
yeah,
you get it all in poker. You can always find a way to win.
The thing is, you're behind, but isn't he like 30%? He's going to win 1 in 3 times or something.
Exactly, and to think this is one of those 3 times. Somehow.
Wow. There it is, the savage 9 of spades on the turn. How do these guys run so well? I never win these all-ins, Randy. Just kidding. I win.
Someone's got. You got to win these all-ins to get to the final 9 of 30,000 players. Wow, in a hand with one of the other guys we just featured, right?
Pythagoras.
Call.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. There you go. Our friend Nikos, Texas, peels the big blind with Jack 10 offsuit, flops the top pair. Oh, and he gets turned. Taipei on the button with a wide flat of the king 9, turns the better hand. Oh, and Nikos rivers the better 2 pair.
Bet.
Goes for value.
Call.
And gets snap calls. So that is how our friend Nikos, Texas, made the final table. Again, total winnings, $236. This is a big final table for him. I'm happy to see some newer players make these spots. And yes. All right. in 6th position. Bringing in 23 big blinds. It is the player from Austria, SSRMN. I'm going to go by SSR. SSR from Austria. Hey, Austria, Randy, is a great place to be a poker crusher. It feels like a lot of poker crushers are living there nowadays.
Exactly. And hey, you know what? This guy, we sent some interview questions to some of our players, and he said he had trouble sleeping, waiting for this final table to start. He had a $50,000 live score before, but this is a huge opportunity for him. He says if the money he's going to rent a house with his wife and 2 sons, it's a family man. And it's this big. He's had trouble sleeping. So you know what? He's finally here today. He's probably shaking, but I'm excited for him today.
Hard not to cheer for him. The family man, the SSR from Austria. Good luck to you, sir. Let's check out your journey. How did you make this insane final table out of 30,000 runners? Oh, here we are in the small blind. Probably an all-in coming.
All in.
I mean,
SSR.
It's a tough call to make with the King 5 suited, but he's like, I'm going to try to punish this guy who's short stack, and he gets it good with 2 5s.
Yeah, really close spot with the King 5. Oh! It's a flip now on this flop, fading diamonds and the King. SSR sweating the river. And it bricks out. Deuce, deuce, a safe run out in the pocket 5s. Get the clean double. Again, he's had trouble sleeping. Hey, I know the feeling. You got a big final table. You're all excited.
All in.
So again, hard not to cheer for someone like SSR here. And look at this. This is another big hand. We've seen all in from the pocket 10s, and SSR has the ace king. Finds the reshove. Big flip deep in the tournament here. And an ace right on the flop. Another ace. One more, Randy.
One more ace. Let's just make sure. That's just as good. A full house.
Good luck to SSR from Austria at the final table. He's bringing in 23 big blinds. All right, it's time to introduce the shorter stacks here. The shorter stacks. In 7th position, it is Lockdown Queen. Lockdown Queen, appropriate name given the situation in the world. A lot of people just stay at home. Stay at home, everyone, when you can. Lockdown Queen from San Marino. Brand new account, average buy of $31. Another rags to riches story here. Barely any cashes on this account, and they're playing for 6 figures today. Lockdown Queen, what a final table here. 17 big blinds. How did their journey go down? Oh, something naughty happened here as we see the pocket aces open.
Fold.
Lockdown Queen is a fan of Philippe Mojave. Would pick Philippe if he had a coach to pick for this final table.
Yeah, Lockdown Queen in our pregame interview said he just started playing on GG in October, hasn't had any good results. Well, guess what? You got one here. You got one here. This is a big one. Big final table. And look at this. He turns the second nuts, but the aces does have the ace of clubs. Oh, goes for the cute min raise.
It works.
All in.
We've seen all in on the river. Aces in a very tough spot here. Ooh, credit to the aces. A quick fold. You got to like that. And Lockdown Queen cracks the aces. Let's look at another big hand here. Look at this. Queens, 9s, ace king. A lot of big hands here.
Fold.
But you know what Lockdown Queen says?
Fold.
It's a lot of money, but it proves that hard work and dedication can give you huge paybacks because, Lockdown Queen didn't have any big scores until today. So, you know what? Just hang in there. Do your thing. Looks like you played some key important hands pretty well here. Good luck for Lockdown Queen.
Lockdown Queen. Boom. 2 queens. Lockdown Queen with the queens is the queen at the final table. Bringing in a nice stack, and here we go. Here's the super short stacks. The one and lone Canadian. You know me, Randy. I hail from the Great White North, the red and the white. I cheer for a fellow Canadian as well. We got a Burp. Brand new GGPoker account. Average buy-in very low. And only $900 in cashes. So here we go. Burp, the Canuck at the final table. Bringing in not that many chips here. How did their journey go down? And how did they make this insane final table?
Hey, he can run up his chips, and
Fold.
we asked him what would he do with his earnings. He says Vegas and the
Fold.
fucking Mirage. I love this guy. It's a student, low 20s, and like what coach? He's like, I would never let someone coach me during a game after watching Tony G mop the floor of Phil Hellmuth and his coach in the big game. Oh my God, this person's hilarious. If he had to pick, he would pick Daniel Negreanu, who's in that challenge of Doug Polk. You gotta love Burp.
Gotta love Burp, and he gets it in very bad here with just a very short stack. So this lad Burp from Canada, very lucky to make this final table as he spikes the 5 of hearts on the river. He's bringing in 10 big blinds, so see, short, but still a little bit of meat to work with. And look at this. He's a fan of the offsuit aces in the big blind as he finds the ace-7 here as well. Oh, look at our current chip leader with a wide flat Noob Sabat
All in.
with the naughty king-9 off flat.
Oh, that just is a big move. You got to go for it, I guess, right? Base 7, he's just like, oh, hopefully I win.
Oh, look at this though. Nico's calls. Do we go 3-way, or does Noob Sabat have other intentions in mind? Oh, he has other intentions in mind. Look at this. He flats the king-9, and then our chip leader is going to be spicy, and then he emotes on top of it. And look at this. Ace-7 basically gets 3.5 to 1 on their money with the best hand. What a dream spot for Burp.
Wow.
Needs to fade queens, 8s, and kings. And he does. So that is how he survived. What a spot for the short stack. Basically more than triple ups with the ace-7. Good luck to Burp at our final table with 10 big blinds. And we're bringing in the short stack with a lot of heart. What do they got? 7 big blinds here. Brand new GGPoker account. Again, this is the final table of a 30,000 player field. So you're going to see a lot of unknowns, a lot of, people that are not households names. But look at this name. Snapademoto. Snapademoto. What a great name from San Marino. They're bringing in the short stack. How did they squeak their way into this final table?
Fold.
Oh, wow. Look at
All
this.
in.
How did they survive this?
Fold.
They shove with 9s.
Fold.
There's ace kings. There's jacks out there.
Call.
Goodbye. I mean, it does sure seem like that way.
Oh, so Noob Sabat calls, and then Jax has 10 big blinds in the small blind.
Fold.
Oh, they fold!
Oh,
Jax
man.
lay it down. And wow. Obviously some magic happens here.
Sorry. He's just sorry emoji back.
2 outer, bink. So I guess the Jacks would have gotten last place. The pure 2 outer to stay alive and make the final table. They still got a chip in a chair.
Raise.
Wow, what a hand there. One more hand here from Snappa de Morto.
All in.
Big raise from the ace king. They shove in the 10s.
Fold.
What was hilarious that last hand, everyone else started emojiing back ha 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 at Snoop because Snoop probably was spamming emojis throughout the day.
Yeah, I'd like to make a call here that our emoji percentage could be quite high today with this fun field. You're not going to see very many emojis in the 25K high roller, but here at this final table, I think we could see quite a bit. Pocket 10s hold. So that is how our short stacks squeak their way into the final table. Snappo de Morto. I think that might be the best name of the final table. It just rolls off the tongue, Randy. And here we go. There's your introductions. There's your lineup. Welcome you guys to the GGPoker YouTube channel. Again, my name is Kevin Martin. Great to have you today here on a Saturday. This is my co-caster, Randy and Nanonoko Lou, and we're about to get the cards in the air. I always get amped up for spots like this. 30,000 people started. We are down to 9. We're playing down to a winner today. And the one to watch has got to be Noob Sabate. You can see that 48% VPIP. They have the big stack. They're going to be pushing the action. How are the short stacks they're going to manage? Tournament poker. There's ICM at play. Randy, I'm excited if you can't tell.
I agree. I think Noob Saibot is going to do all that. He's going to emoji throughout this final table. We've seen he's aggressive, right? He did that so confusing back raise, king 9, got that king queen to fold. He's here to play some poker, and he's got a ton of chips, 89 big blinds. He can splash around, he can make some moves here and there. I imagine a lot of these guys life-changing money, probably going to want to wait around a bit. If some guy's raising all the hands, they're going to be like, you know what, let him bust everyone else out. So he's in good position. to try and ship this tournament. There's still, but pay jumps are very important. Like if you're these medium stacks, yes, you want first place, but you also want to outlast some of these other guys first.
Check this stat out, Randy. Just with 9th place being guaranteed, 7 of these players have a record as the biggest cash in their poker career. How cool is that? Just with 9th place. That's amazing. That's pretty cool.
Sick. And I believe Amorbury, he's one of the guys with more experience who the $7,000 is good, but you know, he wants that top spot, right? He's got the experience. He's coming in with some chips here today, so it should be fun. We got a good mix of players here today, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And of course, before we get the cards in the air, we're doing the classic GGPoker switcheroo. Clever little feature that I kind of enjoy. Adds a little bit extra strategy. So what happens here, every time you make a final table in GG, I don't know if you haven't made a final table in GG, Randy.
I have not.
You rarely make final tables.
No, I'm no good. I rarely make final tables, you're right.
So what happens is before the first hand is dealt, everyone chooses their seat. How it works is the short stack goes first, and then the chip leader is pole position. So the chip leader gets to sit wherever they want. So obviously coming in with the chip lead is very, very, very advantageous. Strategically, usually what we see here is the chip leader tries to sit to the left of 2nd and 3rd place. So what 2nd and 3rd place need to do is they need to split up. They need to go on opposite sides of the table, and then hopefully, because if they sit by each other, that gives the chip leader an easy spot. And here we go. Where does Noob Sabate sit? I believe they're going to the left of Cocolate. Oh, wow.
He's like, Noob's just like, you know, I can sit anywhere I want. I'm going to just get so many fatalities today. But yes, the ideal position probably what Lockdown Queen is. But, you know, these guys have been playing for each other a bit. Maybe they got some history. He knows, you know what? I want to sit against Pythagoras because, you know, these Israeli players are strong players. And first hand is underway, Kevin. Let's go.
Let's go. I am shocked that Noob Sabat did not trade with Lockdown Queen. That would have been an amazing position. Cards are in there, you guys. And guess what? GGPoker wants to thank you for watching the show. They are running a free roll right now. Why don't you sweat the Battle of Malta final table and play a free roll as well? It starts in 9 minutes, 8 minutes. There's a free roll going on right now on the GGPoker client. All you got to do is load up the client, go to the free roll section, the private section, the free roll section, and there is a free roll, free to enter. A bunch of $55 tickets being given away. The password is Rails. Rails is the password. I kind of want to play the free roll on the side, but I got to focus here.
Come on, Kevin. Don't take it away from our lovely viewers here today. First hand, Noobs open 5-4 suited. Ace Queen just flats a small blind. SSR he's the guy who wants to go to Vegas, right? And
yep,
you know, he didn't want to reshove. That's all right. Looks like he is gonna bet out here. And the fork makes the call.
Yeah, you can see Noob Sabat setting the tone with a light raise, the 4-5 suited, pretty light open, but as the chip leader, I definitely like it. And does Ace Queen go for some value on this river? Decides not to. I assume he's just going to show down the 4. And our first pot of this mini main final table goes to SSR. Again, you guys, that free roll, you got 6 minutes. I believe there's no late registration, so get in there on the GGPoker client. So there you go. Okay, we're off and running, Randy. You can see the payouts on the left. $7,000 for 9th place. That's cool, but you're looking at $145,000 for the win.
Wow, so how many buy-ins do you win for $50? It's a ton, right? Jesus. What is the math on that? Right?
I'm running the math here. I'm running the math. I put the big number on the bottom.
You put the big number first and you divide by the small number, Kevin.
Okay. Math is tough. If you win this tournament, you take your buy-in and you multiply it by 2,726. Wow.
You can play for 5 years straight and never cash. That's amazing.
That is amazing. A little pair of 5s here from a Morby. Looks to be the best hand. Do they go for some sort of blocker size, small bet here on the river?
I would like to see like a little tiny bet. It does seem like you got the best hand. Let's throw out a bet. Seems like you always have the best hand, Jack 5. It's King Jack. Didn't raise pre-flop. Sometimes you feel obligated to call because your hand looks pretty good. It's reasonable. I don't know if he thinks his opponent ever bluffs here and does make the correct fold.
Good fold with the king high on the river. Noob Sabat with that big stack. And you can see on GG, another thing I really like about the final tables is there's no more clock. Throw the clock out the door. You can see in the top left, it's level 36. And the blinds go up after a certain amount of hands. So we got 22 hands left in this level. I really enjoy that. And look at this nice shove from the ace-8. Recognizes the wide button open from a Morbury. And nice hand with lockdown queen. A lot of people can be scared there and just call it defend, but the shove is going to be printing some money. So good solid play there.
Yeah, I mean, in general, reshoving is ideal because, you know, you force your opponent to fold these hands that might see a flop, outflop you. Because if you got like 15 big blinds and you call flops and then you check call flop, check fold to turn you down to 10 big blinds, it seems like a much worse situation. On the flip side, you could get in battle. Snapple, can you do Snapple the 2 6s here?
Snapple de Morte is not going to snap it in, but probably going to find a call. We understand you're short, but this hand's simply too good, and it would be a great spot. 6s versus ace-3. Cannot fold here. He's tanking. He's thinking about it.
You got to make the call. You only got like, what, 6, 7 big blinds? Everyone's waiting for you to bust. You give him a show and just double up. That's what I would say.
Yes, you know, and you can see there are ladders, but the difference between ninth.
Oh, wow,
he lays down the 6s. Snapple de Morte is not going to enjoy that on the rewatch. No, he had the best hand. I understand it's a big final table, but if you don't take the 2 6s there, you're really not giving yourself a shot to win and go for that 145K. I understand there's ladders, but look at the ladders between 9th, 8th, 7th. They're very, very small considering how much money's up top, but a little bit of inexperience. I mean, let's call it as it is. That's a pretty big mistake there from the 2 6s.
Yeah, but so that means that Snappo probably not going to play a hand. Just going to wait for Burp to try to bust before him. We'll see if he gets a little rewarded. But the 2 6s a bit too strong there. You know, I wouldn't mind you folding like Jack 9 suited or something.
Threes.
I don't know, just something that's reasonable to still call with. But, you know, maybe 2 6 is just a little bit too good in that spot. But let's see how Noob Cybot plays King 6 offsuit. I would love to see him just ship it in.
Yeah, there's the all-in button. You're the chip leader. You can really pressure your opponents. And so the 2 short stacks right now are Burp from Canada and Snapple de Morte. Going to be interesting. Does SSR, you can see under the gun, folds the ace-8 suited, so he's playing a little cautious as well. Everyone's a little cagey. It's a big final table. You beat out 30,000 people. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see some tight play throughout.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be out of position against Noob because Noob was flatting King 9 offsuit and making some moves. He's got King 9 here. Remember he made that sick play on in the highlight reel.
I wonder, I'm going to make a call here. I think he 3-bets. I think he takes this hand and 3-bets it. Boom.
Nice.
Me and Noob are on the same page today.
This is the guy.
It's a great spot just because Pythagoras is like, you know, 3rd in chips or something. You can really pressure. King 9 off, not good enough to flat. So great pressure here. And if you're Pythagoras, you just got to fold. You can't take a flop out of position. So great play from Noob Sabat, who has set the tone as the chip leader. And they're up to 93 million. Love the grid aggressive play from the chip leader there.
Yeah, I agree. You know, hey, if I'm all these medium stacks, I would just keep folding, man. Let Snapple de Morte or Burp just bust first, right? Like, it's page up's important, and you can see if someone's 3-betting you King 9 offsuit, maybe you just gotta fold those 2 5s in the cutoff. I don't know, because you're never giving action. It's just that's the power of having chips at a big final table like this, you know, and especially when you know a lot of guys, right? Like they got here and they're not gonna just try to get it in worse in the first 5 minutes. They're just trying to wait it out.
So you can see, I mean, the 2 short stacks have come in pretty clearly set the stage that they are going to be tight, tight, tight. Burp just folded Queen 10 suited on the button and passed on an open shove opportunity that I think a lot of people would be licking their chops at. So let's Snapple de Morte with the King Queen suited here. He does take it, and this could be trouble because the chip leader, Noob Sabat, has ace jack.
First, there's a lot of aces dead. You can see 2 aces gone.
King, Queen, we have our first all in. Will there be blood here in the first hand? Oh, Queen in the window. Looks like our short stack is going to survive. All the aces are dead. Do they have any outs?
Just 1 ace left, I think, and it's not here.
Nice double up from Snappo de Morte. The other short stacks, especially Burp, gotta hate that. Everyone's kind of hoping for a ladder. Something to be said at a big final table. Getting that first ladder, getting a little bit of, you know, feeling a little comfortable, getting to 8-handed, but we are denied. No ladder just yet. Guys, also, thank you for joining us on the GG YouTube channel. We appreciate that. GGPoker's been doing great work on this channel with the heads-up match between Doug Polk and Daniel Negreanu. I think they're back to even in that one, Randy. They've been going back and forth, those two.
It's actually getting really exciting because they've been going back. Before we get into more details, I'm curious to see how Morbury, our more experienced player, plays the 2-10s against the chip leader. Flat call, I think it seems fine. You know, there's guys that start so short.
Yeah, I think with this hand, you want to keep the pot small. If you 3-bet and get shoved on, you're kind of in a puke situation. If you 3-bet and get called, you're not that excited. Just keep the pot small with all the short stacks. I love a Morbury's just flat here. Just a little bit of experience showing there. And let's see, does Noob Sabat, he completely misses the flop here with ace-3 of spades. He has no really good backdoors. He does check it back. It'll be interesting to see if he fires this turn, though.
It's a tough turn to fire on. I know the king makes it looks like you got ace king and stuff like this, but a lot of times people have jack 10, king 10, queen 10, queen jack. Like they still gonna call one. Then you're playing a guessing game on whether to fire the river or not. He is gonna fire. It's tricky. But 2-10s here, I don't know if you can make this call, but he is gonna make the call. Wow, correct.
Wow. He does call. Probably doesn't feel like his 10s are the best hand, maybe. And a very interesting river card here with the queen of clubs. Very tough card to fire on. Yeah, he gives it up, and 2-10s are just so happy to find the winner there. Very excited for a Morbury. So a few chips go his way. And there we go with our emote, the bad beat.
Yeah, Noob hasn't won a hand. Hasn't won many hands at all besides the king 9 offsuit 3-bet. 2 9s for Burp. You got to go with this. You're short. Is any action coming? I don't know what you should do with the ace-10 here. I think it's a fold.
Very, very close. I think I would lean towards folding, but could go either way. It's very close. Burp is all in. The only hand that could call would be the ace-10. I think everyone else is going to fold. SSRM is thinking about it. Again, this was our player who publicly said, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited for this final table. I couldn't sleep. I mean, my goodness. I understand that feeling. Randy, I gotta, you know, throw a little Kmart love in there. My biggest final table actually was out of 20,000 players. Not as impressive as 30,000 players. And boy, that was a treat. That was like finding the lottery ticket, because runs like that, it happens so rarely. Even if you're a good professional poker player, I mean, the math is just so strong against you to make these final tables.
So just bring back some memories for you then. This is just like, oh, I know what it's like to be here. Were you a professional then yet, or how long ago was this?
Yeah, am I a professional now? The answer is probably no. The answer is so. It's always been like this. You know?
I try to give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, true. You're just a brother to people.
Yeah. We see a raise here from the ace-4, lockdown queen, raise and take it. All right, 10 hands left in this level. Kokolahante's been a little quiet. A Morbury won that nice hand with pocket 10s. We got a chip leader. All right, this stage is getting set here. Again, $145,000. I really think this is something me and my coach were talking about as well. He talks about, like, people play a little too tight at the start of these final tables, from, like, you know, 9th to even 5th. There's ladders. This is a lot of money, but it's going to be interesting to see how many people really go for it here as the short stacks, you know?
Yeah, but Kevin, try to think about it this way, right? I do understand what you're saying. Imagine we multiply these numbers, add 3 extra zeros or something, right? Like, you're going to play extra tight too, right? I know you're like, I'm the professional. Then you're sitting there with like ace-5, 5 big blinds in the cutoff. You're like, oh man, maybe I just fold this or something. You know, it's a lot. It's scary. King, queen, nice.
This is goodbye. Oh, backdoor diamonds have the free roll. Oh, this would be sick. This would be sick. Okay, wow. That was a sweat for the king, queen of spades for sure. Chop it up. Chop it all up, and we stay 9-handed.
I mean, I bet you Burp's heart was beating so hard. It's like, is Vegas really just disappearing like this? The King Queen suited versus the King Queen suited.
Okay, we have Pythagoras here in the cutoff with 2 8s. Again, it's kind of a tough spot just because the chip leader is right behind you.
I'm still opening this hand. It's a little bit too strong. Sometimes you got to check out to see, is the chip leader really playing every single hand against me? We barely started this final table, so it could have been a coincidence that they woke up with a hand. But you can see Pythagoras is just like, oh man, I'm not having very bad vibes about this noob sideball. He's been playing all my hands so far. He might just let it go. Look like he is gonna raise.
And this time I think it's gonna be a winner. Junk hands for everybody. He's probably excited to get that open through after getting 3-bet last time.
Yeah, he's like, okay, maybe it was just a coincidence.
Also, I do want to mention GGPoker on this YouTube channel. By the way, shout out GGPoker, man. Thank you for putting this on. They're putting out some good content on this channel. We appreciate them. They're also running a promotion on the YouTube channel. Randy, did you know this? Are you doing this?
It's tell me more about it, Kevin. What is
the promotion is simple. If you're subbed to the channel, you have your notifications on. Whenever the channel posts a new video, whenever a new video comes up, all you got to do is like the video, go to the comments, put your GG name, and they'll probably give you a ticket. They're handing out hundreds of tickets to people who post their GG name in the comments. Yeah, for you value hunters out there. Very easy. Very, very, very easy.
And then you can also watch that Daniel challenge you were talking about earlier. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, interesting spot here in the small blind for SSR. Tell you what, I would love to see the open shove with only one person behind. It is a fair amount of chips, but we do see the limp here. And now how does the ace deuce? Oh, the ace deuce shoves. And this is why, Randy, this is why I don't think you want to limp here, because you don't want to limp call and all in. You want to be the shover. So interesting that the pocket sixes releases there, and a nice play from ace deuce getting the better hand to fold.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit of experience from Marbury. Just recognizing, they limp into me. They're trying to ladder up right now. They never have anything. I like this play of the king 3 suited. Everyone's playing tight. Let's just open it up, steal some blinds. Queen deuce suited. It's a tricky hand to play out in the big blind. You're getting good odds. You just flop trip deuces. Look at that.
I mean, my goodness, what a flop here. And the other thing is, Noob Sabate probably doesn't give Kokolahante too many deuces because their defending range is going to be a little tighter versus the chip leader. So the fact that they have a deuce here is pretty miraculous. And I'm interested. Do they check raise here, or do you just check call and give the rope to the chip leader?
I'm definitely check calling. Look, you got a hammer lock on the hand. Your opponent looks like he likes to barrel off and just, be crazy. Let him hang himself.
He does go for the check call, and now is this a card that Noob Sabote is going to think about firing?
If he's firing against like those ace high type hands. Does check, and Coco Latina. 2 aces. I mean, not two ace in his name, but he's got the flush now. Do you go for a bet? Do you keep checking? It does seem like your opponent wants to check down, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe a little blocker bet here, like 25%, 2.7 million or something. You can get called by some lighter hands, plus you could induce some raised bluffs as well. So I think a cute little blocker size here would be cool. But, I mean, you flop trip deuces, you find the flush backdoor. Goes for a bigger size, okay? He's trying to get called by some like sixes, ace five, something like that, but doesn't get any more value. Nice hand for Kokolahante there. And Noob Sabate's come out strong. They have lost a few pots. They're down to 76 million. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. As the chip leader, like emotionally, you kind of just want to steamroll every hand. It's a little frustrating when you lose these pots, but he's just gotta stay calm. Still is the chip lead. You're good. Nice raise and take it from a Morbury with the 7-4 of hearts. And no bloodshed, Randy. Last weekend, we did a Battle of Malta final table, and we stayed 9-handed for a long time. I wonder how long we're going to stay 9-handed here.
And looks like 2 ace kings, man. They're just going to chop it up. I don't think Snappo is going to go with 2 8s when he sees a raise, an all-in, and another all-in in front of him.
Nikos, Texas. This is not a super fist pump spot here with ace king, by the way, after a raise and a shove. I think we got to get it in, but we're probably folding ace queen. Like, we're probably going to fold ace queen, get in ace king, and there we go. We're on the way to Chop City. So, I mean, not necessarily. It's kind of, they have the same suits making up the ace kings here. Chop it up.
Just chop it. Bam. But I do think the ace king, you just got to go with it, especially because you covered this really short stack. So, you know, maybe he doubles up on you, but then, you know, you still got a lot of chips to go with it. The 2-8s would have won the pot from Snappo de Morto.
Again, no blood just yet. How wide is Nude Sabate going to go? He folds the a6 under the gun. I like that. You want to raise wide, but that wouldn't be a little too light. So I'll tell you what, when Noob Sabate from Ireland folds, Amorbury is going to be licking his chops, because as soon as Noob is out of the hand, Amorbury is the new boss at the table. That's how it goes. If the chip leader's out of the way and you're second in chips, you got to be thinking attack, 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 attack.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with you. Noob's been playing a lot of hands, hasn't been winning them, but somehow I feel like he should be down more chips, so it doesn't seem too bad. 2 jacks, I would just ship it in. That's my thoughts of 2 jacks.
All in, baby. I agree. Yeah, you could 3-bet like to 8 million, but I think shove makes the most sense. And Pythagoras, Mr. Theorem. By the way, can we fact check? Actually, I think it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Is that right?
Are you sure this name even is referring to the Pythagorean theorem? I don't think so, but you know, I hope there's someone in the chat that knows. Because
what is that his actual name? Is Pythagoras a common name? I think it's I think it's a reference to.
Just type it in. I'm gonna see what just comes up if you type in Pythagoras.
Yeah, it's the function to solve for the triangle. You know, I remember this from was this grade 8 math? I can't really remember. C equals a squared plus b squared to the squared root.
You're right. It is the Pythagoras theorem. He's a Greek philosopher, and it looks like it has to do. This the first thing. Math is fun comes up. You know, like it is.
Here we go with the chip lead. Noob raises the jack 8 suited. And blinds have gone up. 700,000 small blind. And SSR in the big blind with the mighty ace king. I think the way to play this hand is all in dealer. You don't want to raise small. You don't want to just call. You want to shove.
Oh, wow. SSR is playing very cautious. So we saw SSR also called the ace queen suited earlier. And this
defensive defend.
Yeah,
this is a great lesson for some new players, because a lot of people think, oh, I want to keep the pot small. I'm just going to call. Does this blow your mind, Randy? When I first heard this was a light bulb moment. Sometimes the best way to reduce variance is to go all in. Sometimes the safest play is to go all in, because when you defend like this, you're going to see a bunch of flops. Like I don't see a way he wins this pot. King 10 with this double gutter is definitely going to bet and take it away. Sometimes the best way to reduce variance is to go all in, and this is a prime example where ace king could have won this hand just by shoving pre, and a missed opportunity.
Yeah, SSR is just trying to really just hang in there, outladder these people. But yeah, all in was definitely the right play. And Amorbury really can't call you with a lot of, even if Amorbury has 2 9s, those 2 9s are going in the muck. I'll tell you that. Under the gun, big, like, it's just very, very likely. You need to think about the likelihood. Of course, you don't want to get all in and bust, but with the ace king, it's just too good. Maybe like some more marginal hands, like ace jack, see a flop, no reason to go all in. It's too. How do all these guys playing these weak hands from the big blind and out-flopping noob just over and over again?
Yeah, look at this. Top 2 from Amorbury. Would be tempting to go for a check raise here on the wet board, but he's thinking the same thing you were thinking, is just give the rope to the chip leader. He just check calls, and actually Noob turns a strong second pair, checks it back. The board does get straighty and flushy here.
Yeah, it might save Noob because, you know, because of the obvious straights and flushes out there. Amorbury's thinking, why didn't I just check raise that flop? Now I got to play this nasty board. Still going to go for value. And ace 7, man, I don't think the ace 7 should call here, but sometimes when you just keep losing pots, you're just like, you know what? Let's just see what you got.
So sick emoji. Yeah, it's really tough. A lot of 2 pairs get there, flushes. This river card's so good for big blind. A lot of those bluffs have just disappeared and turned into value hands. So
nice
good
fold.
discipline fold from Noob. You see a chip leader get a little frustrated there, make a light river call, but a really good fold. We're gonna go to break, you guys. Battle of Malta final table is ongoing. We'll be right back.
And 9's here for Flavio.
I think this is going to be shove as well. Yeah, he's just going to shove and hope here.
14 and a half bigs? No.
Yeah, that's pretty standard, I think. I mean, again, you don't love it if you get called. Oh, is Jackson interesting spot here now? Given how active Flavio has been, we've seen him shove a few times already. Josef might think this is a good spot to call now.
He also might feel he's being pushed around a little bit, Josef.
Yeah, exactly. He's just folded the last hand. Sometimes that spills over into the next hand.
There's nothing invested in the pot, so it's not that he's being, let's say, directly targeted.
No, not in this specific hand, but
he did take off the glasses, so
yeah, which he didn't last time.
It's a super close decision, I think. Anyway, but given
it'll still be a fold. Count it. Can you recount it for me, please? Are you sure? Yes, fold. So just short of 6 million.
If it was a little shorter, it would definitely be a call. I think this is very borderline. Like, I think he's honestly thinking about the call here.
Oh yeah, this is genuine for sure. He's not showboating, but he does find the fold. I like the fold. Yeah, that's a very disciplined fold.
Good job.
Look what he would have run into.
Wowzers.
Column is not going to fold.
All in, announced.
Yeah, Column doesn't waste any time. Great spot for Column now.
Column's got the jacks.
It could have been tricky for him a little bit if there was no tank by Flavio and he automatically raised and isolated there. I think he would have just called, and in which case Column has an easier time, but no decisions need to be thought about here. Instant jam. We know who Team 32 Red is rooting for. We know who the Italians are rooting for.
That's a safe flop for Column.
A 9 and only a 9.
Yeah, we have no backdoors. It's all about whether Flavio can find a 9 or not. That doesn't do the job.
Flavio's friends are rooting for a 9.
Will it come? No.
It isn't. 3 round of applause. Well done, Flavio.
Unfortunate for you, 9s is a snap jam in that spot. It's tough when you're under the gun because other players can wake up with hands like Column did with the jacks. But very well done. Nice run in the main event.
And just as a side note, had Josef made what I think would have been an incorrect call there, he would have actually taken out 2.
6th through 9th, it is the final MPN PT in the tour's history. Should be something special. I'm looking forward to it. Not too far away. 2020 sounds really far away, but it's really now only 2 months away.
Yep. You will be in Madrid. So we're on 8. As you saw on the graphics, the payouts.
Look at this. Column's picked up queens immediately.
Wow. The ladies.
And obviously he's opened. The other 2 short stacks at the table. I'm not sure what Jack 6 is thinking about here. Leo gets out of the way quickly with 10 deuce, and Bruno just has 9-3 in the small blind. He's gone, and we have ace king.
This could be fireworks.
I think we will be having a race here.
We will. Probably a shove.
Yeah. Yeah, 16 big blinds. I think he'll just shove.
And he does.
And he's going to be snap called.
Column could take out 2 players in 2 hands.
That would be amazing, and get right up into the mix.
Queens from Callum, who's just taken out the first player on the final.
Not looking good so far for Sean, but he still has 6 outs. One of them is blocked in someone else's hand, so 5 outs.
Hold the
The 32 red players are shouting for Column. This is a safe card for Column. Sean needs some love on the river, still has some equity. Now we hear some Sean fans on the rail. Oh,
2 in 2.
wow. Well, very well played, Sean. We did enjoy watching you earlier this festival. We didn't get to see too much of you today. You are out in 8th place for 27,100 euros, and the final 7 players are
And welcome back. Quick little 5-minute break. We are still 9-handed. No bloodshed yet here at this Battle of Malta final table.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't lost anyone. It's been an hour already, Kevin. There were opportunities where people could have got it in a bit, maybe could have some bloodshed, but people are trying to ladder up. 9 players still to play. Morbury, Coca Latina. Let's see what they got here in this blind versus blind spot. That's a nice flop for 10-7 suited, I'll tell you that.
Straight flush draw, my goodness. And I think we're going to see some pressure be applied here with a bet. And there it is. It's a good spot to bet. You got a good hand. You can pressure Coca Latina. And nice hand out of the gate there. All right, we got 19 hands left in this level. You can see the blinds are 700,000, 1.4 million. 9 players still alive here at this Battle of Malta final table. Reminder, $55 buy-in, chance to win 150K. And the Big Daddy main event is going on this weekend. The main event's this weekend, and the final table will be next Saturday, where we will be back to cover that action. Very successful series, Randy, here, this Battle of Malta.
Yeah, no doubt. That's going to be a really big prizes up top. It'll be fun. I'm sure it's going to get a ton of players as well, Kevin. You've been playing the Battle of Malta, I assume.
I've been firing a little bit. Yeah, I've been playing a little Battle of Malta.
Maybe you commentate and play at the same time?
I mean, I might jump in this free roll on the side here. Guys, we got another free roll coming up as well in the next hour. Good luck to those who played the first free roll. Yeah, the Battle of Malta main event going to be a good value tournament. And let's see here from Coca Latina. Do they do this ace-4 off raise here in the cutoff? I love to see it. I think Pythagoras is just going to fold. Jack-6 off. Like
I'm pretty sure you got to fold that hand. You can't get it to this final table and just start playing Jack-6 offsuit for funsies.
Some spicy people might defend there, but usually going to be a fold. And Lockdown Queen has found a hand. 10 big blinds. All in is the play.
Lock it down. That all in is the play. Don't do these little min raises. Let the big blind. Oh, that's gotta be scary when Noob Saibot playing. He puts in the emoji of goodbye, because we see him do the goodbye call.
The fake goodbye. The fake from the chip leader. You love to see that. A pump fake. That is pretty funny. And look at this. Our new chip leader is actually a Morbury here, raising with the 2 6s now. What's going to happen? You got King Queen on the button, and Noob Saibot has Ace Queen in the small blind.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And Snapple DeMorto actually folded 2 7s, so King Queen is gone. Noob's not folding Ace Queen, I'll tell you that. He does make a call. The two big stacks going to war.
Mm-hmm. So what you're going to see here between the 2 big stacks, when there's no reason to mutually blow up, you're usually going to see some more passive lines post-flop. A little bit more checking on the flop, some more small sizings as Burp is tanking in the big blind here. Okay, 2 6s are good, but Noob Saibot has those 2 overs, the ace of clubs.
Yeah, I guess you just bet with the 2 6s and just hope you take it down. He is going to check. I would like to see Noob go for a bet here with the ace queen. You see some passiveness on this board. Does seem like your opponent's a little weak. I like the bet with the ace queen.
Yeah, now you kind of have a sour spot with the 2 6s, but he does call, and he is good here with the 2 6s, and I think Noob is just going to try to show down the ace now on the double paired board. He does, and a Morbury. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, said don't count out a Morbury. They came in with a 3rd place chip stack, definitely the most experience here, and look at them go. They are now the chip leader, and they are really going to be pushing the action here. I think King 10's going to open. I think King 10's just going to go for it here, and there we go. The chip leader is now the most experienced player. A dangerous combination.
Yeah. We'll see how a Morbury takes the chip lead relative to Noob Sidebot, but you know, like it's looking pretty good over there. Maybe that's why Noob's like, you know what? Let me just get away from that side of the table. I know the chips are splashing. Ace King suited is good enough for Snappo.
Snappo de Monte finds the shove with the Ace King.
You love that name. It's amazing.
It's the best, dude. It's the best name of all of them. Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. I also like Pythagoras. I'm gonna send Pythagoras a DM here. I really want to know, is that his actual name, or is it in reference to the historic mathematical equation?
It's him. No, it is the mathematician. He's back to play some poker in the Battle of Malta.
37 years old at the Battle of Malta final table. Now it's all going to Morbury's way. What a start to this final table. He's picked up some chips. He's going to get a lot of respect. He just gets walked there in the big blind.
Yeah, right now I've been pretty impressed with Morbury's play.
Yeah.
I haven't seen some of these guys even play a hand, but you know, that's okay. Ace Jack, Noob just keeps getting some annoying spots, forced to call off and paying off.
Good spot for Burp here to find a double up. Just got to fade a 9, and that's a really good flop for him. And Noob is having a bit of a rough go here. Not any massive pots, but just slow.
Oh, rough go.
Never
no,
mind.
he's not.
9 ball on the river, and we see our first blood. The Canadian player, the lone Canuck, is gone in 9th place. What a score for 7K. And finally, we see a ladder here. And my goodness, what a sick. The pure 3-outer on the river for Noob. Nice hand, sir.
That's disgusting. You got to feel for Burp, right? Burp, like, just trying to hang in there. Try to get a ladder. This is the student, the 20-year-old student, was looking for Vegas in the Mirage. Just disappeared on that 9 on the river. Oh, you got to feel for it.
Yep.
Tough luck.
Oh, and SSRM goes for the min raise with the King Queen, takes it down. All right, we're down to 8. Does that free up the play a little bit? People feel a little more comfortable. They got that first ladder, $10,000 guaranteed off a $55 buy-in. What a score here. But the main storyline we're following right now is definitely the battle of Morbury and Noob Sabat. Those are the two players that are really going for it right now. And look at this, Nico's Texas, player we haven't heard from much.
Wow.
Goes for a min raise here with the ace-3. I like this.
I think
it's going to
what
work.
You said, right? Doesn't let your opponents open up when you get that page up, because Nico's been playing so tight, puts in a little raise, gets 2 4s and 2 6s to fold. 2 6s could have got in. Snappo's just like, you know what? I got a page up. Let me wait for another page up. Wow, impressive.
Somebody go play the $50 daily turbo. There's $642 of overlay, so jump in that.
You're looking for that value, Kevin. Kevin's like, I'm going to play this on the side while I commentate.
The 9-10 suited here. So Noob Sabat, not with a great hand here. A lot of checking, maybe a little bit of raising with this is perfectly all right as well. And there's the raise.
I like that Noob's not slowing down despite getting a bunch of like annoying things to happen to him throughout this final table. 10-9 suited. This is a good hand to see a flop with, but this will tell you how Pythagoras is going to play this final table. If he folds this hand, that means he's folding everything to Noob, just because there's some short stacks out there. He's folding a big hand there pre-flop. That's printing money now, raising the Jack-6 offsuit.
Yeah, it's a gross spot. You don't really playing out of position here with short stacks. It's tight, but I can see the reasoning, and I don't hate it. And now here's your chip leader. So again, this table right now, the two players that are letting it be known that they're the boss at this final table is definitely Noob and Morbury, as they're winning almost every single hand right now.
Yeah. Ace King suited. You know what? Just ship it in. Just don't let them make a play at you. Don't let them force to get on, because if you 3-bet and then get jammed on, of course you're gonna call it off, but you're not like. You might get the guy to make a move on you of 2 9s or something that might just fold.
Yeah, especially Coco Lejante is in 3rd place right now. The last thing they want to do is get their chips in the middle. So just a shove is going to reduce that variance like we talked about earlier. And great play here from Coco Lejante. Guess what? Once in a while, the chip leader is going to have aces or kings. But it's almost never, especially with the 2 blockers you have. Yeah, this is definitely a great play here from Coco Lejante.
Yeah, definitely the right play. I agree. You know, we saw the other ace king with less chips played more passively, and they would have won that pot. 2 sixes now for Noob. Ace jack, ace jack. Okay, SSR has flatted ace queen suit, has flatted ace king. What does he do with the ace jack? Maybe he's learned a little bit. It's like, okay, maybe he just folds outright. Wow, it's a big fold. But I think I like that better than flat calling, just because a 6 is coming on the flop.
Wow, bottom set here for Noob Sabat. And look at this. The chip leader actually flops a really good hand as well. They flop an open-ended straight draw with a diamond. So we could see some fireworks here. I wouldn't be
just
surprised.
Combine a stack, right? Like, can you imagine the chip leader and the second place guy just goes, "Yep, let's combine stacks. Let's go for it."
I think Amorbre is going to go for a check raise here, most likely with the 5-4. Maybe calling, but I think he does call.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
turns the straight.
You can't do this to Noob. You cannot do this to him. He finally gets a hand. You know what he's thinking? He's thinking jackpot because he's been kept betting flops, just giving up later. Now he's finally got it's a lead now on the turn. I like to see Noob just call because of how deep they are. I know sixes is usually the best hand, but just in case. Oh man,
Oh
he wants
my
to raise
God.
with me.
Oh,
thank God.
that card might
Saved him.
save him a little bit. My goodness. Wow, you flop a set and it goes 8 of clubs, 5 of clubs for 4 to a straight, backdoor flush. And yeah, he's going to be able to show it down here. He's going to be pretty happy. He's going to be pretty excited that it's like, oh, I could have lost a lot more money on the river.
Could have lost it all potentially. Imagine he goes bet, check raise. Then you just, a blanker river. Man, so much things could happen. Noob got real save there. And just really unfortunate for him.
And right now, it's all about the chip leader, Amorbre. What a start to this final table. They came in third place. And look at this. They almost got double Noob Sabat now. It's their world. We're just living in it. And love this as well. They now realize the amazing position they have. They have the chip lead. They're the ones with the ammunition. And they're going for a light raise here with 7-10 offsuit.
Outflop this. I mean, they both flop a good piece on this board, in my opinion. It's blind versus blind. Coca Latinas is like, you know what? I got some chips. Let me just try to put some defense in there. But it looks like it should be a bet and a call. But there's a lot of spicy turn cards that could come off. It's a good one.
17 million in the middle. Guys, we're seeing some very interesting play today. This is very enjoyable. It's fun to watch the sick pros, in the high rollers, but it's also fun to watch these ranked riches stories. That's what we're seeing here today here at this mini main final table. What does 10-7 off do here? You raise pre, you bet the flop. He's going to keep it going. And a very gross spot for Coca Lejante.
Seems like your opponent could, just get some free cards, and you don't want that to happen. So betting makes a lot of sense. Ace, I'm checking this ace, and I expect my opponent to check back an ace a lot.
Check, check. Likely what we're going to see here. No reason to bet this hand. Just show down the 6. And look at this. Amorbre cannot lose a hand right now, Randy. He is as hot as a blowtorch. He is hotter than the sun. He is hot as these flames behind us signify. He cannot lose a hand. Everything he touches turns to gold. What a start to this final table. He's up to 122 million chips.
Yeah, and Morbury, we did send some interview questions over to him. We asked him what we do with the money. He says, right now my focus is poker. I do want to help the society one day, but right now it's all about the poker. He's focused in on this final table today, and he's the guy who said, if you could have someone coach you, who would you have? And he said Ape Styles, and he has been his coach before in the past. He's playing really good, and Queen 4 is just... Snapple is folding a lot of hands, so Queen 4 open makes a lot of sense. But 2 9s, what do? Do you just rejam, or do you just think, maybe I just flat call? Rejamming makes a lot of sense.
You gotta go all in. Again, it's scary. It'll get your heart pumping. Your heart rate's gonna go up with all the short stacks. But I mean, if you're chip lead, if the chip leader's opening Queen 4, you're making so much money by shoving these good hands. And pocket 9s do take it down. Okay, blinds go up, Randy. 800,000 small blind, 1.6 million big blind. Remember, starting stack in this tournament, 10,000 chips. 10,000 chips.
Yeah, it's amazing. Amorbre just gonna keep raising. I think Noob just quiets down a little bit with blinds going up. clear chip leader, got 2 times your stack. You can outlast a lot of guys. I would like to see Noob maybe just slow it down a little bit. It looks like he's agreeing. Got 34% V pip ice cube. That's a terrible stat to have at this final table.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see wide opens from the chip leader. You're going to see small little stabs. I don't think he wants to get carried away post-flop, but he's just going to keep jabbing. He's just going to jab, 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 jab. Try to pick up these pots over and over again. And he's putting on a bit of a final table clinic right now. I'm very impressed.
There's a 10 deuce suited. Okay, 10 deuce suited is like a little too weak. Noob's got his favorite hand though, King 9. He loves to play this hand. Pythagoras, Ace Jack. What's the play? Is it limp jam? Is it just open jam? Is it raise?
I'm all in dealer. Open
like
shove,
it.
I think, definitely the best play here. Reducing that variance. You don't want to get called. You just want to stay alive. Let's say you limp and get shoved on. It's pretty gross. You don't like that. If you limp and he checks and you see a bad flop, it's pretty gross. So I'd love to see the all-in play there. Very good shove.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes you'll run into 2 queens and your tournament's over. That's just the way No Limit Hold'em works.
It is, for sure. It's just one player to act, though. And the thing is, he wants to get it all in, increase his stack, while also staying above all those other guys. There's a lot of guys with 10 big blinds and less right now. And, you know, you don't want to just let them have a chance to... You want to outlast them, right? But you got to cut down your opponent's chance of calling. That's by just moving all in. 2 queens for Snapple. This is a definite hand he's going to shove. There's no way he's letting this one go.
Yeah, Snapple de Monte has waited for a big hand, and here it is. He's got just over 3 big blinds. He says, goodbye. Puts it in the middle. And SSR might feel like he has to call. Yeah, it's not much more, and it's a bad spot. Pair versus pair. He's looking for a 3 here. Most of the short stacks are cheering for a 3. They want the ladder, but it is a set of queens. Nice hand for Snappo de Morte. And now you can see so many short stacks. So many players are under that 10 big blind mark right now.
The Snap was like, yay, I can survive a bit longer again. This is nice, but we only lost 1 player so far. A lot of garbage hands here. Who wants to take a shot? Looks like, see, the Noob's just like, I'm out. You know what? Chip leader in the big blind.
Yeah.
I'm not raising my garbage hands no more.
Wow, this is a one-sided final table. I'm
Oh,
very
man,
impressed.
Noob. Not again for Noob. How does this happen to him?
Noob Sabat has been running bad into some terrible spots, and look at this. They find ace king, and his opponent has aces. Bad timing. Bad timing, to say the least here. This could send him on tilt. He's already got the ice cube. He's going to be 3-betting. I don't think there's any way we can escape either.
Yeah, no. I mean, the only way is if Pythagoras just smooth calls the 2 aces because he knows he got 3-bet at a king 9 offsuit and some raggedy board comes out. Yeah, that's just so disgusting for Noob.
Yeah, he already knows. This is not a very fun spot either. Calling off the 20 more million, but he's in there and he just gets coolered. It's not dead, but it's looking pretty bad. 10 or a jack for a sweat? Nope, not even a sweat. And wow, the once former chip leader is having a nightmare final table. This is where you just take a deep breath, you stand up, you got 26 million, you don't want to tilt it off. There's still 4 other shorter stacks. Just a really rough spot there for Noob Sabate. He finds the ace king again.
It's Snapple de Morto, 2 9s under the gun. I think you just got to ship this in. Snapple's been quite tight, so we never know. But oh wow, 2 9s is out.
Snappo de Taito, my lordy. Snappo de Taito, my goodness. Open folds the 9s off of, what is that, 6.5 blinds or something?
Hey, that might have, you know what? That might have saved Noob because Noob's running so bad. I'm pretty sure those 2 9s would have held too.
He got the queens in. The 9s are not good enough. You know, we're maybe poking a little bit of fun at some tight plays, but you know, this is a sick final table. It's understandable that you're going to be cautious in certain spots.
I think the ace
guys again
is gonna fold.
Thank you for joining us on the GG YouTube channel. We got a free roll coming up in 11 minutes, actually. 11 minutes, I believe we got a free roll coming up. We'll get you that password right away.
I mean, I don't really see why you would go with ace-5 if you're going to not play the 2 nines, right?
Yeah.
The last hand. Wow. I don't think you should be showing people the ace, though, Snappo. I think it's... But I guess they already know Snappo's playing a bit tight.
Wow, look at this chip lead stack for a Morbury. 132 million. And now in second place.
Just like, it's not noob. It's not noob, I'll tell you that.
Noob is at a nightmare final table. It's been really rough for him. A lot of bad spots. Look at this. The chip leader. Normally I would say this is too much. You don't got to do this. But with how tight everyone has been playing, I really like the 6-3 open.
I mean, gets Coca Latina to fold ace-10 suited, which is a premium, nice, really nice hand. Noob's got queen-10. I don't think Noob's going to let it go. And this is such a disaster. How does this always happen to Noob? Top pair, but your opponent flops bottom 2 pair.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the heart board saves him, but this is pretty sick. You know, sometimes poker, the cards just go against you. Noob keeps making good hands, but his opponents always somehow have a better hand. It's pretty sick.
Oh my God.
And that card is not going to do him any favors because he doesn't think a Morbury has many threes in his range, but he has 6-3. He has a full house. You raise with 6-3 spades, Nanonoko.
No.
Uh-oh.
And he's betting out his opponent. Oh, this is so bad. Noob needs a heart to save him some chips because he wants to get away from his hand somehow. Unless he can spike a queen somehow, but a heart would save him more likely.
The country of Ireland is crying in pain as their once young chip leader, Noob Sabat. And this is maybe an opportunity to get away from it. It's like, all right, I led. You know, it's just a really tough spot here. Let's see if he can find the fold. He does. Nice. Okay.
Morbury got a little greedy there with the 6-3. I would have loved to see just a smooth call for full house there because your opponent's stack size is still quite small. But you know, it's a small little misstep. It's not a big deal. You still won the chips. Still got 146. I can't believe Noob's got a 1-7 in front of his chip stack right now.
Lockdown Queen has gone all in as the short stack. 4 blinds with the Queen 10, and I think Pythagoras is going to reshove here. It would be a flip, but look. Queen and 10 dead in the small blind, so 2 9s way ahead here, actually. All in. All the short stacks are praying for a ladder. It's looking good so far. Oh, picks up a gut shot. Our short stack player needs a Broadway card or a 10. And he cannot hit. Good game. Good game. We are down to 7. What a score for Lockdown Queen. They came in as a shorter stack. They did get that one ladder, $10,000 off a $55 buy-in. And yeah, you can see all the short stacks are quite happy with that ladder. Guys, we're down to 7.
Snappo's feeling so good about his folds right now. Like, we've been getting him a little bit of needles here and there, right? But Snappo's got 2 pay jumps so far, which is pretty nice, I would say, for someone who came in as the shortest stack. Nikos has been getting pay jumps too. He's been playing 4% of his hands. He's got 10 million chips. This is what these pay jumps are getting a little bit bigger now.
I mean, it's all a Morbury right now. The story of the final table is a Morbury coming in with that experience. Has got some fortunate hands, but they've played very, very well. And they're just, I mean, we could see a steamroll here, Randy. They might just run the whole thing because everyone else is playing so tight and giving them so many chips.
Yeah, I mean, and you see the once chip leader, right? He's like, okay, he's not playing tight. He's playing all these hands, but he's losing chips every hand. You're like, okay, you know what? Let's just wait because you don't want to play pots. You're just getting destroyed post flop. Pythagoras though got a lot of chips in second place. Gonna open up ace jack. I like it. You don't know if a Morbury is going nuts against you. They haven't really played pots with each other. But if a Morbury 3-bets the king 9, man, dude, ace jacks are going into mucks very quickly. Oh, wow.
Oh, he does it. I was going to say, this would be such a baller 3-bet spot with the king 9 off again, pressuring the person who is second in chips. What a play here with the king 9. And I think it's going to work. He just gets the ace jack to fold. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a clinic right now as the chip leader at the final table. A Morbury is just smashing everybody.
Yeah, a Morbury is just going to keep raising. Just put the 3-bet against the big stack. Pythagoras, you know what? if I'm getting 3-bet by King 9, I'm just folding. Let's just play super tight. Look at all those pay jumps you can get. There's so many short stacks. Why not lock up that top 3 spot before you get involved?
Oh, I love that 3-bet with King 9. As a poker fan, it makes me giddy inside to see that executed. You love to see it. Nikos found a shove with the A7. They pick up some chips. I think they're going to find the shove here with the 8s. It's a little bit scary. I mean, Snappo, De Morte, and SSR are super, super, super short.
It is scary.
But he finds the all-in.
They're so short. I mean, man, 2 8s. It's a big play here. You know, also with 7.5 big blinds, you're going to get looked up by those 2 big stacks, you know. But nicely done. And, you know, Nikos, it's time to calm down. Let the other guys bust now.
We got deuces on the button. It's good enough. Just a couple of big blinds here.
Knowing Noob, he's like, you know what? Noob's going to call me, but I haven't seen Noob win a hand yet. So 2 deuces, it's like 2 aces right now.
Yeah, he's not much more to call here. But at the same time, do you want to double up the short stack with Jack 9? Like, there's the call. It's a flip. Let's see if Noob can win an all-in-hand pre here. Let's see if he can do it. It's not looking good.
It's not happening.
Man, he's ice cold. He's ice cold. Counterfeit outs here, though. 5, 6, 9,
he could do it. He could do it. That's not it.
It's a 10.
I'm not surprised.
And man, some days it's just not your day. You gotta feel for Noob Sabat how sick it's actually been. He just can't win a hand. He can't win a hand right now. It's got to be so frustrating.
It's got to be frustrating. I mean, like, because, you know, sometimes we see some sick hands, some coolers, but it's like 1 or 2 pots in there out of term. We've seen this guy lose like 10 pots now, like every single hand. Like getting really crushed, and he's one of the short stacks. And Snappo has doubled up. Yeah, like he's seen Snappo double up like 3 or 4 times, and he's folding these strong hands too. Like, man, he's got to feel real sick. 7-4 suited. I think ship it.
All in, baby.
I don't know if he's going to do it, but I like it.
Great spot to shove here with the suited connector. It's hard for your opponents to call. Really nice. I think the Israeli fans here should feel pretty good about that shove, because that shows a willingness for Pythagoras to take some lighter spots as the chip leader. So really good shove there. Well done, and he gets the chips.
Yeah, I like it. And, you know, and plus, hey, maybe you get called, but you only lose less than 10 big blinds. That's not really a big deal. The upside is so much more. Ace 4, what do you do? I mean, I guess you just see a flop and see if you flop something and just go with it, I think.
Oh, it's tough. SSRM is almost out of here. He's going to be down to a big blind basically after this hand, as Morbury keeps hitting every flop.
Ace 4 though. I mean, like, if Morbury's opening garbage, I think you just got to call, don't you? I know you're behind right now, but no, you could be up against 6-3 suited.
Yeah, tough spot. SSRM is it's been a tough final table for them. Hasn't gone their way. Still alive with basically a big blind, but man, really interesting final table here with you, Randy. I'm really enjoying this. This is I mean, Morbury's played really, really well, but they have hit almost every flop as well. That's also part of the game. And then we see the downfall of Noob Sabat. I would like to see Noob Sabat rally here and get back on the winning ways. And you got to go with this here with Queen 7. You only got a big blind left. You're going to be ahead. And here we go. 10-3. How good can a Morbury run here with 6 million in the middle?
Okay, there's no way you can win this. No way. Okay, there's a way, but not very likely.
3-3. Oh, it's a none across. Oh. Okay, well, I mean, if you're going to lose it all in, the 3.5 big blind pot is a good one to lose, I guess. It's not even that bad for the chip leader. Having a short stack at the table allows him to pressure other people. So here we are, 7-handed. It's all Morbury's world. We're just living in it. Pythagoras with a big stack, and then everyone else is in trouble.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see an all-in here. You can shove. I bet you can not look at your cards and shove there, and it's going to be making money. It just doesn't matter what you have, because the big blind can't call.
I agree. And you know, Noob's probably thinking, I can't even get a little page jump from SSRM. He's got ace king. I guess he's going to get this through. I can't imagine anyone looking him up.
Yeah, maybe this is a little bit of momentum that Noob Sabat can use. You know, sometimes when you're down swinging, just picking up a little pot, getting a few big blinds. He's all in. And he's going to take it down here. He's back up to 13 million, which is crazy. He has 13 million chips, and there's 3 people that are shorter than them.
Snap was thinking, maybe noobs run so bad, I just finish him off with the 10-9 suited. That would put me on tilt if I get called by Snappo 10-9 suited here. Want you call? He's asking if he wants a call. Oh my god, you can't be serious, Snappo.
Snappo with the conversation here. Little friendly table banter. He's just posturing. I don't think, based on his other folds, we're not going to see just a weird call here. Maybe he's thinking Noob Sabat can't win a hand. But
that would be the funniest call I've ever seen, ever. But he does let it go and show.
Definitely going to see a chip lead open here. Probably going to be a defend here in the big blind. With the ace-8 of clubs.
You got a lot of chips, you know, like sure they're going to put pressure on you, but you know what? Just if I got the ace-8 here, I'm just check calling and just hoping my opponent barrel off, because if you check raise, they're just always going to get away from their hands.
So we're definitely going to see a bet here. Morbury's probably never going to check this hand in this situation. And I think Pythagoras needs to just call. You don't want to raise. You want to give your opponent a chance to bluff as the chip lead. And okay, that might actually slow a Morbury down. The fact that he turns a pair probably doesn't need to go crazy now in this turn. I think we're going to see a pretty heavy check. There it is.
Yeah, I think Pythagoras should go for value now. Just hope to get crying called by like some ace rags. You know, some 2 kings, 2 queens, something like this. I would go small though, because I wouldn't be expected to bluff here. So let's not go too big and just like let them get away easily.
7.5 million. Nice folds. I mean, Morbury's made the right moves. He escapes with no further damage. Checks the turn, folds the river. Well played. Guys, hey, you guys like the free roll. We know you do. You sit at home, admit it. You love the free rolls. We got another one. 8 minutes. 8 minutes free roll on GGPoker. Go to the client, open it up. Free roll private part. Go there. Free roll is up. It's starting in 8 minutes. It's an all-inner fold, I believe. There's no late reg. Password? Riches. Riches. Password is riches. Information in the chat as well. Good luck. $55 tickets being handed out on the daily there.
And the blinds are up, Kmart. And that means the short stacks have got even shorter. There's 4 guys with less than 5 big blinds. I cannot believe it.
This is crazy. Another button spot where I think we should go all in with almost every hand. And great play here from Pythagoras. Very impressed he's taking these spots. A lot of people wouldn't, but I love that. He understands the situation. And look at this. I mean, SSRM is all in, basically. He only has 3 million behind, but this is crazy. There's so many short stacks in trouble.
Yeah, you know what? Something funny might happen this hand. Like there's a walk going on, possibly. 6-3 offsuit Nikos. I don't know what the right play is here, Kmart. Would you?
I don't know. You probably got to walk. And SSR is thanking the gods. He's like, he had 1.5 big blinds. He has Jack 3, and somehow he gets a walk. Wild stuff there. Probably going to be another walk here for the chip leader. So this is a really interesting dynamic with 4 players under 5 big blinds. I mean, our Irish player, Noob Sabat, has gotten smashed. But right now he's like, I'm in 4th place with 9 million. He's like, I could make some juicy ladders.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. But they're short, man. They're not thinking I'm in 4th place. They're thinking I've got 4 big blinds. And what do I do? Ace-5 is going to ship it in. Coco Latina in a good spot in the sense that it's just, look, these guys have way less chips than me. I can just hang in there.
Oh, and the chip leader finds the kings. I don't think he's going to get any action, but 2 kings on the button. Does go for the min raise. And now Snapple de Morte at the short stack in the big blind. Kind of a tough little spot here. I'm not sure, Randy. What would you do?
I think I would. I know. Maybe you're supposed to fold, because your chips are still important. Someone else could bust before you.
Yep.
I think it's the right play. Obviously calling's not bad. It's correct from a chip EV point of view, but I think folding is right for some reason. I don't know. It just feels like SSRM gonna hit the big blind next. You know. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Nice fold. Nice fold. I can see that. Chip leader is just rolling, man. This is the dream final table spot for him. Has he even lost a hand?
Oh,
I don't even think
Snappo and SSR going to war.
Yeah, SSR gonna take this, I imagine. 3 big blinds with ace-9 suited. And Snappo de Monte he keeps blinding down, but he keeps finding these big hands at the right time. And there it is, the all-in.
Does Pythagoras just flip in 2 big blinds? Maybe. Why not? I don't know. I think it might be a right play.
It's only 4 more million or something. This is a weird but entertaining final table with these short stacks. It's a unique one for sure. Oh, he does call. Can we see a double knockout with 7-3 suited? What a flop for the ace-9 of spades. Oh!
And Snappo is gone.
Snappo de Morte. GG came in as the short stack, got some nice ladders. And ace-king, your final hand of the tournament. Guess what? We are down to 6. $22,000 locked up. And SSR, basically, what a hand for them there. They're up to 18 million.
Yeah, that's a huge hand for SSR. Now I can outlast 2 guys. Noob's like, thank God I got a pay jump, because I remember I was the chip leader at some point. He's playing a whole new game now. You know, he's got to wait it out. Nico's Jack-9 offsuit. What do you do here? Oh man, I think I see a flop because everyone's waiting for me. He's more likely to get all in before, so I don't really see why not with Jack-9 in this situation with the chip stacks all around.
I gotta tell you what, man, this final table has been immensely entertaining. You got a lot of storylines going on here. Obviously, the Crusher, Amorbri, just smashing everybody. You're seeing a lot of interesting spots with like less than 7 big blinds, which are very curious. You're seeing the story of Noob Sabat, the once former chip leader, just running super bad. He's still alive with 7 million. I'm excited for the show down the stretch here, and who's gonna take it down. It'd be pretty surprising if anyone else made heads up besides Pythagoras and Amorbri, because they just have all the chips.
But 2 10s, you shipping this in still, yeah? Or is this just you're getting a little too short?
There's short stacks, but we gotta go with it. We know Amorbri's range is super wide. Shove it in, take the fold equity. Oh, he lays it down.
But there's a chance it's correct, to be honest. I know 10s is smashing. There's a chance.
I would be surprised. But
there has to be a chance, right? Nikos with 2 big blinds, Kmart? I don't know. I would shove 2 10s myself, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're raising 6, 7 suited and getting 10s to fold, life is good. Life is pretty fun. I really think Amorbri is going to win this tournament a very high percentage of the time from what we've seen so far.
I'm curious though. There's a chance, Gamer.
There's a chance, dude. I've been known to have an ICM punt or 2 in my day. Believe me, I've punted some money off. And here we go with queens for Noob Sabote.
You know, wow. We've done 2 streams so far together. We just have all these confusing little tiny short stack spots. We don't know how to play them, man. It's just so annoying. Noob's got the 2 queens though. This is good.
We need some sort of ICM expert who knows the 10 big blind game better than us. A couple of doofuses in the box here. But guess what? We have a good time, Randy. I always enjoy these shows with you. We're going to be back next weekend as well, guys. So the Battle of Malta main event is going on this week. The final table will be next Saturday, though, and me and Randy are going to be there with you guys as we see Amorbri just add to his pile of riches.
I love the size up here. You know what? The big blind, if you raise small, the big blind's going to come along a lot because he's in second place with a lot of chips. When you make it 3x, man, they're going to fold a ton of chips.
180 million chips. And look at Nikos. Going to be all in next hand.
Yeah, I like that fold from SSR. You know what? Let Nikos bust first. Queen 8, fold it. There we go. Man, Amorbri just free chips. But you know what? Everyone, the other short stacks are good at outweighing each other. 2 aces.
Oh.
Wow.
Great time to find the aces because the big blind is all in. Nikos is all in. Cannot fold here. And the aces are sitting pretty. Good luck to Nikos. Our short stack with could be a hand that could crack the aces. I could see it. Nope.
No, not happening.
Dead on the turn. Full house. GG. Another ladder. What a run for Nikos. Again, played a little tight. That's fine. He got some ladders. What a finish. 6th place out of over 30,000 opponents. What a score for $55. And we are down to 5, Randy.
What a dream for SSR. SSR had the ace-9 suited earlier, could beat the ace-king and the 7-3 suited. Gets 2 aces against a guy who has to go all in. Now it's Noob is the shortest stack of 5 players remain. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, SSR is short. Kokalahante is short. Noob is short. We're gonna see an all-in for sure from the chip leader, who he feels like he's on cruise control right now. He's just min-raising, winning hands, just a lot of shoving. Hasn't had to make too many tough decisions here. What a spot for the chip leader.
I think 2 3s in the muck seems fine to me.
Mm-hmm. You see that larger size again here, and I think this is just gonna work. I think Kokalahante is going to fold, and I don't think the deuces are going to take a flop here out of position versus the chip leader.
It's,
based off of what we've seen.
It's interesting, but it is reasonable because when you hit a deuce, you know where
I'm
you're
wrong.
at. Yeah, it seems fine. You got a lot of chips to play for. I think if Pythagoras had like 27 big blinds, probably would just fold it because then you don't want to turn yourself into a 15 big blind sooner than later. But with the 2 deuces, like you know where you're at when you flop a set.
And you know, Morbury has played excellent, but we got to note as well, they just hit every flop. It's as if the flop is always connected to their 2 cards. It's pretty sick. And I mean, look at this. He's going to win this hand. I believe deuces are going to check fold. He's up to over almost 200 million. Everyone else put together isn't even at 100 million. He has such a large percentage of the chips in play here.
Okay, Noob, 2 4s. Let's go.
Can
Is this
Noob
the end,
be all
though?
in
Is this the
here?
end?
He's ran very bad. It's a pure flip, 50-50. Pocket 4s for the Irishman. Oh, he's got to fade the 8. He did flop a set. 4 outs. Oh, he's done it, Randy.
I mean, you can't do this to Noob, right? Noob doesn't deserve a top 5 finish. You know, this guy came in with 80 million chips. He actually came in with more chips than the guy in 2nd place right now.
Look at this. Now it's Kokalahante's turn. Finds the ace-king as the short stack. All these players locked up $32,000 off a $55 tournament. And yeah, Kokalahante. Ace-king's ahead, but I think 9-7 suited with like 40% here. This could be it. How good is Morbury running? Oh, open-ended straight draw.
It's a good flop.
Looking for a 10 or a 5 to get to 4-handed. No, trip aces are good. Okay, so a couple of short stacks, a double. Don't think a Morbury's going to be too worried about that, though.
You know, I had some opportunities to beat some short stacks, but, you know, just a couple more blinds. But 2 queens, wow, for SSR. And Pythagoras, 2 4s. What do you do with 2 4s here?
Just folding. Just folding, especially with a Morbury in the big blind. I don't think we should open 2 4s with a bunch of short stacks. Just got to condense our opening range here immensely. I think Pythagoras in this spot, I think a good strategy would be to shrink your opening range massively and then raise to a bigger size, like even 3x open, but probably play like 7s plus or something. Okay, all right, so the short stacks have found a couple hands here. You can notice we're going to go blinds up in 6 hands here.
Okay, what about ace-8 here? Do you call it off? It seems like a slam dunk in terms of being the best hand, but it's tough because you're going to get all in before the other guys. Do you just take the opportunity, Kmart?
Really tough spot. You know a Morbury's range is any 2, and you have ace-8. This is right on the edge. I mean, ace-10, we're in there. I think ace-6, we're folding. This is a close hand where someone run the numbers. I don't know, man. I could go either way. I think
Come on, tournament expert Kmart. You should know what to do here.
Hey, I know my limits. I know my limits, and he does call. He is ahead. Queen 7 is live.
Oh no, that's why you fold to ace 8.
Needs to find an ace or 8 here. Oh, no. He does.
Noob put the thank you a little bit too early. He's going bad beat, and Coco Latino was regretting the ace 8 call at some point, and now it's like, okay, I made the right call. Feeling good.
Wow. Swing of emotions there. My goodness. Noob really wanted that ladder. Coquelahante.
Wow, this is. You just fold? I think maybe you just fold, right? Because Noob's got 6 big blinds. We know reshoving is profitable. I don't know. Maybe you call. Maybe calling is fine.
No, I think calling is the worst option, to be honest. I think we're. Oh well, he does. I see it.
Okay, so reshove or fold. What do you like, Kmart?
I would donut it in. Against the chip leader. He's just folding. He's probably raising 100% of the buttons, you know. But look at this. We go multi-way and a
Remember
good
what
flop
you
for
said.
Morbury.
What do you say about Morbury? Every flop hits every single flop, right? Just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, he does always seem to have top pair in these spots. Wow, fun action here. 5-handed. Can a Morbury take it down, or will someone have something to say about it? Small little bet here, going to get the job done. What do you think, Randy? If you're a betting man,
I mean, of course you would pick a Morbury, but if I had to pick one of the shorter guys, I'm picking Noob. I feel like Noob needs some vengeance, you know, to kind of get back in there. And I still feel bad for him with his chip sack situation. Ace King, nice situation here though. This is free chips.
Tell you what, I'm taking my dark horse Coquelahante. I think they can make some noise here. They're finding some big hands. They're going to get another shove through here. Coquelahante, the Brazilian player.
Okay, it's Coco Latina. Come on, Kmart.
Where am I getting Coquelahante from?
Because of the other guy, the Chavo, the Snapple de Moto.
Snapple de Moto. You're right. All right, the chip leader here. Does he go with the King 6 for a steal? He does. Naughty, naughty. I think it's going to work, though. I mean, look at him. He's up to 52% VPIP. Our short stack is new.
Almost had 200 million at one point, right? So, you know, you wait a little bit of time. Could be up there real soon. Ace deuce suited. What ace 4 for Noob? Is this a shove? I think it is.
Yeah, I think we got to take it. We have 4.5 big blinds. He's all in, essentially putting himself all in.
Now, what do you do if Jack 10 suited here?
Yeah, 4.5 bigs. He gets it in. Okay, Noob is slightly ahead, but it's almost it's Jack 10 suited's looking pretty good here if they can hit. Safe so far. Oh, sweaty turn card. Queen 7's jacks. The ace is safe though. The Irishman doubles up, stays alive.
Hey, blinds are up. I was like, Noob, nice double up, but now we're going to cut down your stack size again. And, okay, so SSR is going to shove and just take it down, I assume, with the 5 big blinds?
Blinds are up. 2.4 million in the big blind. SSR finds a good spot here. Coco Latina. Thinking, it's 11 more million. I could be ahead.
I'm folding here because SSR has been playing quite tight. If I'm up against a guy who's been shoving more normal range, it's a loose. I think it's a little bit loose with the ace 4, but he's going to go for it.
He does go for it. There's some chop outs. He's looking for 4. SSR, the father figure, playing for his 2 kids. Can he hold? He does. He does indeed. Double up. Okay, so what we're seeing right now is the short stacks were really, really short. They're showing a little bit of life. A couple double ups. They're feeling a little bit good about it. An SSR with a nice clean double there.
Oh, no.
Oh, this could be trouble.
I think Noob's going for it because you know what? He's the shortest stack. Coco Latina is going to get all in. Oh, no, Noob. Is this the end? He needs a deuce or some spades, and 2 spades are going to be gone.
But it's interesting. He only put in 3 big blinds and left himself 12 million behind.
Noob doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to fold his hand. Oh, wow, he does fold. Okay, never mind. I guess Noob just like, you know what? I would have liked him just to go for the min raise then if he was going to fold his hand.
That was, I had a sense that he might fold and leave himself with 12 million there, but very interesting indeed. Very, very, very interesting final table here. Quite enjoyable. Guys, if you're new to the GG YouTube channel, hit the subscriber button. There's a bunch of coverage. The D-Nags versus Doug Polk heads-up match, plus more final tables. Me and Randy are back next Saturday to cover the main event as we're watching this mini-main event. Final 5. Oh, wow. Takes the Queen Jack. Gonna get called. Is this it for Noob? He's behind. Needs Queen or Jack. Oh, what a flop.
Good flop.
Oh!
No.
A devastating turn card. And that is it. Good game to Noob. Oh, it was fun to watch them. It was hard not to cheer for them. GG in 5th place. Rough final table, Randy. They came in with the overwhelming chip lead. It just didn't go their way. It just wasn't their day. A lot of it was just the setup. I think a lot of hands were unavoidable. GG to Noob. I hope they enjoyed their 32K score. But that's going to sting for a while. Coming in as the chip leader and gaining 5th, that one's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's a big sting. I mean, Noob just lost every single hand. At least he got top 5 because there's a spot he could have got top 6, you know, at some point, right? But now it's all. Amorbury's got the ace-9.
I'm making a call. He's 3-betting. I just got it in there. Yeah, great hand to 3-bet. Great spot to do it with. 16.5 million. Great spot.
Do you just go for it at some point with these ace jacks? I don't know. What do you think, Kmart?
You just can't. You just can't. You're in 2nd place. Look, Kukulahante and SSR are shorter. It sucks. It's like, yeah, this guy could be exploiting me. But, you know, your 4-bet range, get-in range here just has to be like, you know, 10s plus ace king. You just got to fold. You have to be, I don't know if I can say that word. I'll say a different word. You have to be a beta. When you're in 2nd place, you have to be a beta versus the chip leader. It's annoying. It's just it's just how it works.
Yeah, it's annoying. But Coco Lahante. Coco Latina.
Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Back to some normalcy. Back to some normalcy here. Oh, 8-9 with the peel.
It was a min bet, so good price.
And Amorbury has a 3rd pair kind of hand here.
I think Pythagoras, you throw out a bet, he wins this pot.
Yeah, I think
anything. I think you throw in 6 million, you still win this pot. I don't think he expects his opponent to float him with some 9-high flush draw.
There it is. Nice bet.
Yeah, nice.
Good call, Randy. Guys, we're down to 4. This is where the tournament starts. 30,000 people started. We're down to 4. This is where all the money is. Can Amorbury apply the pressure here 4-handed? It's really them as the big boy and everyone else is short.
I would love to see Coca Lahante open that Queen Jack because SSR's been playing very tight. And if the chip leader waves the spot away, I think that's time for you to go a little bit because, you know, it's a chance for you to pick up some chips.
All right, SSR. There's the shove. You love to see it. They've gotten the ladders. It's time to open up a little bit. Love to see that shove. And nice pot for them. Level 40 of the tournament. Level 40. I haven't made it to many level 40s in my day. It's tough to make it to level 40.
I mean, you can win the tournament, right? By the time you get to level 40 in most tournaments. Not in a 30,000 man one, though.
Let's see what Coca Latina does here with the King 10 of clubs. Does peel the flop.
I think they should start playing some post flop because the short stack is actually not that short anymore with 12 big blinds. Like, now you can't really be giving up too much spots, especially while you got some pay jumps. Time to play some post flop, see what happens. If some stack sizes change, and go from there.
Good point, Randy. It's four-handed. There's not many places to hide. The blinds come around over and over and over again. There's no more short stacks. You got to open it up a little bit. We're going off to break. See you in 5 minutes.
And also 8-4 in the big blind. Leo's been pretty carded on the final table.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at this. Bruno's picked up his king on the
Here
button.
we go. This could be a stack swap.
This could be a stack swap, yeah.
They're all in.
He's moved all in.
Yep.
Bruno has got a rush of cards. The jacks should definitely call now.
100%. No count. They have to call. 7.3, so we'll be down to 4.7 if we end up losing. Sorry, to 5.7 if he loses because he's already raised pre.
Distance.
I'm not sure he's Hollywooding. I think
No.
this is what we call
This is
a nit roll.
it is a genuine decision.
I think it's a nit roll, yeah.
But I think even the tower makes a call in this situation.
Yeah, but like if you think about this spot, right, Doke, if you have like 8s or 9s in this spot, then you got to think about it. But you've got jacks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would actually pass 8s, I think, pretty quickly.
Yeah, pass
Yes.
8s and 9s.
Yeah.
Like jacks and 10s is the line. 10s is probably the line. I think jacks is just a call.
Yeah,
like,
10s,
here we go.
10s I would think about for sure.
He's made the call, and he doesn't like
He
it.
doesn't like being
He's
in a
like,
flip.
show me your hand.
Okay, so it's one of the spots where neither player likes being in a flip here
No.
because the shorter stack can obviously be eliminated. The other guy can lose most of his stack or over half of his stack. So it's an unfortunate situation, but the hands play themselves.
The proverbial flip. Who wins? Queen.
The man was
five.
calling for an ace earlier, and it was not even needed.
There's a few friends on the rail shouting king, as you can
Okay,
hear.
so
Bruno needs to hit.
an ace or a king or running queens.
Running straight cards, maybe.
Running jack 10.
Yeah. No, the jack doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle with jack 10.
Yeah.
It has to be queen, queen. In fact, yeah.
I think an ace or a king might work.
Yeah.
Or an ace or a king.
We
That's
need
the
an-
easy way.
we need
But
an
queen,
ace.
queen is the sick way, though.
Or a king. Oh, we lost one. It's a jack.
Just a house.
We have lost Bruno Massimo in 7th place for 33,000.
You know, he's obviously unlucky there to lose a flip, but
Yep.
you got to win your flips. That's
It does have equity against most hands,
Has
too.
equity, and he can actually win the big blind when he shoves, whereas next hand he'll have to post a big blind as ante and can only win that back. So his shoving range should be super wide here. A 9-7 suit certainly qualifies. Now,
It is so hard to keep up with this chat. I don't know if you guys have been trying, but it is on fire.
It is indeed.
yeah, Leo makes a fold there. I think ICM is the main consideration for
Ooh.
Leo. He doesn't want to, and Stephen's waking up with kings. Stephen will not be folding here.
Even against kings, he has 20%, though, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
it's the perfect hand, because when you run into a really big hand, you still have 20%, whereas Queens only has 18%. So that's why these types of hands make good shoves.
And it looks like an isolation as we would expect. Probably about 4 to 5 million, it looks like. Let's see what the official count is.
Sergey. If Stephen had called rather than raised, Sergey could certainly peel here.
I wonder if he's still thinking of peeling or just trying to get reads on the players.
Yeah,
for
it's
the future
2.5
reference.
million. It's more than 10% of his stack, which is that's generally regarded as the cutoff point beyond at which he shouldn't be calling, which I think is why it's one of the reasons why Stephen raised there, to flush out those types of hands that actually have pretty good equity.
So Rune's equity went down a little bit only because there was a 7 in Sergey's hand.
Yeah, we saw the 7 there. He's going to need a lot of help now.
Yeah,
Basically, runner, yeah.
And somehow a lot of those outs are already taken, it looks like, because he's down to just 2%.
Yeah. And now he's dead.
Yeah.
Showers for Rune.
That is it. Stephen Zadaloff takes out Rooney in 6th place. Great effort. The 9,000 extra.
Is the mic actually on during the break?
Yeah, it's on during the breaks. I'm pretty sure everyone just heard you just talking.
Did everyone hear me talking about how live fields are soft? No, is the mic on during the break?
We leave it on during the break. I'm almost certain. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see the chat. We'll see.
No, I don't think the mic's on. I think our production team mutes it. Thank goodness. Anyway, all right, we're back in the action. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Battle of Malta mini main final table. And here we are, four-handed. Randy, you scared me. I was talking some smack on the break. All right, we see it all in here from Koklahante.
It's a fun final table in many ways.
It is. All right, so the story here, man, is can Amorbury close it out? And it seems like the other players have upped their aggression a little bit, realizing that, all right, there's not many places to hide. Pythagoras is still in second. I think he's going to open shove here with the ace deuce. These offsuit aces in the small blind versus a short stack in the big blind. Just shove it all in. It's the best way to play the hand. Final four out of 30,000 plus.
SSR took an extended break.
Here we are. Oh, and a big hand for the chip leader, but it looks like not very much action. Just gets a walk. Yeah, he is more than all the other three players combined. Oh. Queen Jack open. Probably going to be successful. I don't think we're going to see the 10-7 defend here.
Nah, I don't think so at all. But you can see the other guys are opening up a little bit more, you know, ever since you got the top four spots. But pay jumps are getting bigger. Queen 10, maybe, okay, you know, SSR is still going to cautious a little bit.
Good call as the chip leader has the ace jack of diamonds. It's interesting. Amorbury was up to 200 million. They had more chips at one point, and they doubled up a couple of shorter stacks, but they're staying steady Eddie. Just steady Yeti. And I think 7-8's going to be raising here from the cutoff. There it is.
I think Amorbury can still open a lot right now. Sure, he's doubled up some people, but it doesn't mean they're going to get like out of line. So they're still going to play relatively tight. Pythagoras, King Queen just fold. See, when you see King Queen folding this spot, you can still open the 8-7 offsuit here.
SSR will love to say all in dealer. They do not though, and it looks like Amorbury's main top pair.
They're not playing at the casino that you play at in Canada, right? Like this is a different game here. This is the Battle of Malta.
But a general rule here is as the short stack, we want to decrease our defends and we want to increase our shoves. We're just not incentivized to go post flop versus the chip leader. And if they're opening a wide range, our reshoves are going to be making more money. So that's the general rule in these spots as the short stack. It's like, oh, we're short, we need to be careful and wait for ladders. It's like, no, you can actually weaponize your stack as a weapon and reshove it against those wide opens. So that is kind of an effective strategy as Amorbury shoves the suited ace here and crushing.
And that's a good point that you make, Kevin, because you want to reshove actually on the big chip leader. Reshoving on like the second place guy is actually scarier because he's not opening the 6-3 suited. He's opening strong ranges, so he's more likely to call you down, even though it's more risky for his stack.
Right, you are Randy. Randy has moved into the life of fatherhood. and a little bit away from poker, but still one of the sharpest I know.
Me
And
and
here we go.
SSR relate to each other, you know, like we family men, you know, and then here's the aces here. Nice. I like the
Wow.
slow play. What do you think about that?
This is a unique spot where aces are great as a slow play. And, ooh, 8-6 checks back. If SSRM would check one more time,
Nice.
he's gonna get debated here. I bet you the 8-6 is gonna fire. Small size.
I like it. Do you just ship it now with the two aces?
Really
Doesn't
close between
I think
calling
it's
or
fine. I think it's fine though because Amorbi's kind of been like that one and done type player so far. But maybe this is the bait. The spade on the river. You're like, okay, maybe I can represent those spades. It does kind of seem like SSR has like a 10-9 suited or something, right? They can't really call a river shove. Wow, nice.
there it is. Goes for it. Gets snapped. Very well played from SSR. Beautiful slow play with the pocket aces. Just calls pre, check calls the turn, and gets his opponent to donut it in the middle. I like how both players played that hand.
And I love the emoji after. Just laugh at the chip leader, you know? Make it throw a little needle in there.
Beautiful poker from both players there. And a premium hand for Pythagoras here. Oh, outflopped by Amorbree with the Queen 7. That was a very well slow played aces hand there. That was really, really well done.
Yeah, and a lot of people would be like, okay, he check back the flop. Let me just bet the turn. That would have just shut things down. It would have been a lot smaller pot. Continued to slow play, and it really worked out.
A royal flush draw here on the turn. Talk
Bet it.
about a turn card.
You
And I
gotta
think
bet
a
this.
second bet would get the 7 to fold probably.
Oh, for sure. That's a scary board, and we haven't seen a Morbury hero calling people down. This is a printing money.
Okay, our other players have said, just wait up a second. We want to be the Battle of Malta mini-main champion. Taking some chips from a Morbury with some nice hands.
I mean, do you think maybe a Morbury just shuts down soon? It's just like, I had 200 million chips. I lost 60 million chips. You got to feel about it a little bit, right? Like sometimes you make you make a bluff, get caught. Maybe, I think a Morbury's still going to get involved, but maybe post-flop, like, okay, the one time I do a multi-barrel, I get looked up and I'm bluffing. Like maybe he's going to go back to that one and done kind of style post-flop.
Yeah, it's got a sting to lose a few hands for sure, but I don't think he's going to be too deterred. He's got that experience.
And we've seen what happened in Noob Cyber, right? Like, things, if he loses one or a couple more pots, you might change your opinion, Kevin. But right now, I do agree with you. He's got the chip lead still. He knows he can get back up there. But everyone's getting involved. We've seen some flops now. This is a very different game.
Yeah, we're playing a little bit of poker. What's the ace-queen going to do here? This is a pretty bad board for SSR. He doesn't have a lot of sevens in his range, and he does check it back. And wow, I think Pythagoras is going to win this hand almost always. Turns an open-ended draw. This is a very good board for the big blind. I think we're going to see a lot of betting here, probably to a big size too. 7 million, 8 million, and there it is.
Yeah.
Now ace-queen is just
once you check, though, you let your opponents win pots they shouldn't win. I know it's scary to bet the ace-queen, but I think SSR has a pretty tight image. I think SSR can get away with some small c-bets and just take it down normally, and I don't think they're going to just check raise bluff him.
And here comes Pythagoras, chipping up very nicely. Doing some really good work. They're up to 90 million, and the shove here is going to be effective as well. So, hey, he says, I got something to say. I'm not going to give you this title, Morbury. He's fighting here. And the two short stacks, Coca Latina, here with the ace-7 suited.
Don't know who you're talking about, Kevin.
I'm all in, dealer. Like the high-stakes theme song. I'm all in. Not looking back. There it is, 29 million. Definitely the right play here with the suited ace.
It's just a 50% ice cube, though, Morbury.
Blinds have gone up. Small little blind increase. 2.8 million, the big blind. Yeah, it's unusual. It's unique to see the chip leader with the ice cube around his name. One little hand. It's gone. as he finds the ace king here. Just going to be min raising. There he is.
8-3 suited. I think that should probably go in the muck. It's a little bit weak.
Yep. Defending 8-5 suited 8-6. Ace Jack now. Okay, a nice little run of cards here for the chip leader, and this could be bad news. I think Coca Latina is going to find a shove, and this could be bad news.
Yeah, this is definitely going in. I'm going all in. I mean, I think everyone's going all in against a Morbury in the spot. 10 big blinds. This could be it.
This could be it. 10 big blind shove. Gonna get called. Needs a 10 for a Brazilian player to stay alive. Oh, a 10 in the window. Oh, a jack on the turn.
Jesus Christ.
There's some chop outs. No, okay, wow, back and forth there. Good game to Coca Latina. Massive score, 4th place money. And now we're into the final three players here at the mini main final table. $47,000 score off a $55 buy-in, and every single player has locked up a bunch of money now. $68,500 guaranteed. And let's play some three-handed poker.
At least you don't have to pronounce that name anymore, right? The Coca
Butchered
Latina.
it 37 times during this broadcast. What was I? It's Coca Latina, but I was saying, what was I saying? Coca Lajante?
Coca Lajante somehow. I don't even know how, but it's okay. With three-handed, SSR has gotten. It's been the one to survive the most out of all of these the short stacks that have been kind of hanging in there throughout this final table.
Yeah, SSR, a family man of 2, I believe he said in his interview. He's got to be happy with this score. And the next ladder is big. Wait, look at this, Randy. Second place is $99,994. Oh, come on, man. Let's put $6 on top of that and get to the even 100K.
No, we're going to shortchange them there. But, yeah, SSR had trouble sleeping before this final table started. Had a $50,000 live score before in the past, but feels more prepared for this. And, you know, with the money, he's going to rent a house in, I don't know this place, Tenerife. I'm not sure where that is. Maybe it's somewhere around their hometown, but with his wife and 2 sons. So it's a family man.
Family man indeed. The chip stack family of Amorbury back in the right ways here. He was slipping a little bit, but that ace jack versus ace 10, he's back up to almost 200 million. And now Pythagoras is really going to want to wait to see if SSR can bust, because the next ladder is so substantial. I think we're going to see a lot of passive play towards the chip leader, and I think Amorbury could take down a lot of hands here three-handed.
So Amorbury, in the pregame interview, did say that he's played the live version of Battle of Malta before. He likes the big fields. He likes the mix of professionals and recreational players playing it. So he's got a lot of experience here. That's why we see him performing so well. But he is one of the guys who has played the Battle of Malta live in person.
Yeah, it's a beloved festival in Europe. I've never gone. I've never been to Europe. But people love the Battle of Malta. This is a pretty good compromise, though. The fact that we get it online this year, of course, hopefully next year. But who knows? The current state of live poker. Actually, I got a live poker tournament today I'm going to go play after this. There are some tournaments.
Apparently, I want to interrupt you, but Tenerife is an island off of the coast of Spain, so a vacation spot, which is really, really cool. I've never heard of the place, but I'm sure it's got to be wonderful, right? Like, it's not like he's taking, you know, his wife and 2 kids to, I don't know, well, what's that place in the middle of Canada that no one wants to go to? You know, Calgary or somewhere,
man,
right?
No, man, don't shit on Calgary like this, dude. Calgary's a good place. If you're gonna say Winnipeg or something like that, I would understand. Calgary is good, man. Can't do Calgary like that. SSR with the shove takes it down with the queen jack. A little bit of fight here still. Morbury's going to be raising most of their buttons for sure. You can see blinds going up in 10 hands. Level 41. This is why I love the fact that GG does final tables like this. Ooh, wow. This is a cooler. Three-handed cooler alert. Ace Jack versus Kings. This is going in for sure.
Yeah, wow. 6th spot for the family, man. SSR, how wonderful is this? Just gotta dodge no aces.
Definitely going to get called here by Pythagoras on the button. He's going to give it a little think, but surely it's a call. There it is, 61 million chips. Oh, does not want to make a set. 5 outs to fade.
Nicely
and he is
done.
safe. Double up for the family, man. And I'll tell you what, Morby, there's something you said for getting heads up, but he doesn't mind this either. This spreads out the chips a little bit, and it allows him to pressure this final 3 situation. So I think he's going to be all right with that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, here now he can just raise. But nicely done for SSR, man. Like 61, he's in 2nd place. I don't think he was expecting to be 2nd place at some point earlier in the tournament, but now he's got to feel pretty good. He's got the chips to wait around, kind of make some moves here and there, but hang in there. It's a big tournament. The vacation only gets bigger for each pay jump you get now, right? You can rent some boats now, private yachts. Who knows? But this is cool.
Would love to see the shove here from Pythagoras with Queen 10 suited. It's a premium 3-handed. You know, the button is the chip leader. This is a really good spot to go all in, try to get some chips back. Don't want to see the flat. I think the shove is the best play here by far. Let's see what he does.
Yeah. Seems... I like folding better than calling, though, because calling from the small blind is definitely worse than the big blind. But you can see, like...
Tight, though, Randy. Tight, isn't it?
It's
Three-handed, man.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but you know what? It's not a Queen-Jack suited or like a King-Queen offsuit, you know? So, you know.
It's Queen 10 suited. See, it's interesting that they take the ace-deuce shove, but don't take the Queen 10. But nice hand for Pythagoras. Again, all these players locked up $68,000. And it seems like a Morby's in a prime position to take down this whole event.
Yeah. As the other two guys' stacks even out closer to each other, actually better for a Morby, because what that does is it makes them wait each other out more. But let's say hypothetically, you know, SSR had 80 million, Pythagoras 20 million. Well, you know, like Pythagoras is going to make some moves. He's got nothing to wait for, but now it's a bit of a stalemate. He's going to fold to 10-3. He's still giving respect, though, on this button.
Ooh, 2 10s in the big blind for the family, man. Really nice hand here.
Bump it
Does
up.
he go all in, or does he raise to a non all-in size? He does the latter.
This is the ideal play. Just 2 10s, just way too strong. I like it.
Tough spot for Pythagoras, but a nice fold. See blinds going up in just 3 hands now. As a Morby can taste it. He can taste the win, Randy.
This sucks for SSR because you can see that SSR is like, oh man, I obviously don't want to raise. I don't want to jam. I'm going to limp, but I just know I'm going to get ripped on by a Morby. That's the problem. So it's like, do I just fold the small blind, just save myself a small blind? Because even though obviously 9-8 suit is a standard limp here, but you can just feel what's coming, right? Like this guy's going to raise me, and he does it.
Passing the 200 million mark. Could see another shove here with the 9-8, and there it is. Again, just applying that pressure. He knows the other two do not want to call off their chips. The other two want to get heads up. He's really leaning on these 2 short stacks nicely.
Okay,
this could be something here.
I mean, I know that Ace-9 is a call, but will SSR call? It's a lot of chips, right? But it's usually the best hand here. Nice.
Snaps it in. Big flip here. Big flip. 4s versus Ace-9. It's a good start for the 4s. SSR needs an ace, a 9, or an 8. The family man to get heads up.
Did not do it.
Big flip to lose there for SSR, but 70 million chips.
He sweated out to the end just in case it changes to an ace or something.
And we remain 3-handed as blinds go up. 3.2 million in the big blind. Now SSR is very short.
Gotta go for it. Oh man, I think that Jack 9 has got to shove for. I know you just lost the chips, but
I agree, Randy. I'm with you.
you're running out of time because now you're gonna eat the big blind. You're probably gonna eat the small blind. You're down to 15 million. The mistakes start getting compounded. Amorbury trying to see a free flop here with the 8-3 offsuit. He is gonna get a free one, and I'll just throw out
Let's
a
see
big
if he
blind.
finds a way. Yeah, let's see if he finds a way to win here. He goes for a stab, takes it down. Definitely a clinic here at the final table of how to play the big stack. He's jabbed a lot. He hasn't put himself in bad spots. He's picked up a lot of small pots. You know, he hasn't triple barreled off unnecessarily. Really good poker here from Amorbury.
Pythagoras I know ace-5 suited, you're going to win a lot of chips if you reach up, but you got to fold at this point. The big blind is too short.
I agree now. I agree. Now you got to wait out for SSR to make a move. Jack 8 probably just open folding.
Yep, I agree. Let's just
SSR needs to find a hand
place.
here. Needs to find a hand badly. And now Amorbury could just shove. He could just rip it in Pythagoras' face. There's nothing he can do.
He might just raise, though, just in case his opponent wakes up the hand, but you could definitely just shove it. But see, this is what I'm talking about. SSR is 8 the big blind and small blind, and it's coming around again. He's going to wish he shoved that Jack 9 with the 19 million.
Oh, he's taking this. He's going to take this.
Yes, most definitely. Oh, and you're going to get up against Amorbury instead of Pythagoras.
The 9-4 couldn't help itself. Now he's got to call off for 6 more million. Ace 10 is ahead, but not dominating the 9-4. SSR sweating the river, fading 5s, 9s, and 4s. Oh, it's a deuce. And the three-handed match continues. Now, I mean, it wasn't really a secret, but everyone can see physically. It's like, oh, you know, Amori opened 9-4 off on the button. Oh, this could be a collision here. Very close here with ace 3. I can actually see folding being a good option, just because the chip leader doesn't mind keeping the 2 stacks short. Doesn't they're such a good
not
position.
Only that, Kevin. It's because also SSR playing a little bit tighter than other players as well, where I don't think he's expecting SSR to show up like a 10-8 there. So yeah, I think it was fine. It would have been a chop usually, but you know, it's okay.
Good point.
I ripped this in, right? Day 7. I feel like it's printing chips. This Amorbury's been opening every single time.
Does go for a non-all-in raise. Gets it through. Very interesting three-handed situation. Amorbury can taste the win. Oh, cooler
Amorbury.
alert! My goodness. Ace-queen suited versus the 2 kings in the small blind. Holy lordy, this is a sick one.
This is the end of Amorbury. This is the noob Cybot time coming down. He's going to lose every single hand from here. This is the end. Pythagoras going to get likely double up 126 million.
Wow, if Amorbury can hit here, the tournament is essentially over, but there's just a queen on the flop. Needs an ace or a queen. What a turn of events here. Needs an ace or a queen, and it is neither. So Pythagoras, via the cooler, finds a double up. And we got a poker match, Randy.
Yes, this is like the big chip stack swing. It's not like Pythagoras doesn't need to wait around and just play tight anymore because they both have essentially the same stack size. SSR is thinking, okay, well, I'm going to just have to shove now. It's clear that no one's going to be busting before me.
What a sick cooler. And now the stacks are kind of even, so you're going to see more of this limp play. Now, SSR needs a miracle not to get third after that hand.
Yeah, but it's possible, right? Because we didn't expect Pythagoras to be doubling up to 122 million anytime soon. Those two guys are actually really deep stacked if you think about it, right? Like, what's that, 50 big blinds or something like that? It's a lot.
Yeah, they both got a lot of chips. It's funny, if ace queen hit there, the tournament is essentially over if he can suck out, but the 2 kings do hold. We just see a little blind on blind spot here. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been quite a treat, a wild final table. Randy and I, we enjoyed doing this. We'll be back next Saturday for the main event, the Battle of Malta main event. It's going on this weekend, but the final table will be next Saturday. We will see you there. Coverage on this channel. Just hit the subscriber button. Turn those notifications on if you have not.
That means that some of these guys can register in our chat and be like, okay, I learned a bit from Amorbury and Pythagoras, and I'm going to get in there myself and maybe be featured on this final table next week.
So now, does Pythagoras really start 3-bet bluffing more now that they got the chips? How are they going to respond after that massive double up?
I think it's... Look, you don't want to turn yourself back into that short stack, right, in battle with SSR. I think the smarter play would be just to wait it out a little. I mean, you'll play your hands now, but you don't need to go start 3-bet bluffing like some garbage hands. See more flops. Like the Queen 10 suited, those are seeing flops now, right? They're not like, oh, side fold. It's a slam dunk see flop.
SSR MN is short. Looks like we're going to see another small pot blind on blind here. You can see now that they both got a lot of chips, the dynamic has definitely changed. Guys, the tournament entry for this tournament was $55. All three of these players locked up $68,000. The next ladder is to a very annoying prize payout of $99,994. $5.84 less than a six-figure score. Can you imagine, Randy, if you've never had a six-figure score and you got a payout for $99,994.16?
Wow, yeah. Oh, wow, look at this. Jack 7. See, when you got the chips, now you're bluffing at the chip leader. Well done. Got the better hand to fold. Slowly creeping up.
Raise and take it. So there was a chance that Amorbury was going to run away with this thing, but it looks like he has a foe in Pythagoras here. There's the rip with Jack 7. E9 suited.
Throw it in, be like, let's just end him now.
There's the call. Oh, bad flop for the Jack 7. Needs to hit here or we are heads up. Could be. No. GG to the family man. SSR. What a run. Third place for $68,000. Unbelievable showing and good game. Randy, we're heads up.
It seems perfect because they're sitting across the table from each other too. You know, it just seems like this was just meant to be from the beginning. It's Pythagoras versus Amorbury. These two guys, they've been playing pretty good throughout this final table. I don't think it's the only advantage Amorbury really has, in my opinion, is just a chip stack right now. Because right now, I think Pythagoras can maybe put a fight in this one.
Yeah, a good heads-up match here. Heads-up poker is super fascinating. Obviously, we've been showing a lot of heads-up on this GG YouTube channel with the Doug Polk versus Daniel Negreanu. Got to get in there. There's no place to hide. Got to play the Jack 2 offsuits. It's a really fun, beautiful form of poker here, and blinds are going up in 6 hands. Both these players, let's just call it a 100K score. I'm going to round it up that $5. Both these players 100K locked up off a $55 buy-in. What a result. And this heads-up match, assuming there's no deal made, is worth $46,000.
Yep. I don't even think a deal is even possible. I'm not too sure. But regardless, they're playing for a lot of money, obviously. What, 100 buy-ins or so in difference in prize pool. Here's another bet here. Wow, King 7 is in a good position to get some more chips.
A nice bluffing hand here, though, with the 8 of spades. Has the open-ended. And wow, King 7 rivers 2 pair. And I tell you what, I think Amorbury is going to go for this with a river bluff.
This is a good card to bluff. It's not going to work, obviously, but the reason is your opponent's going to show up with a lot of hands that will just be very weak. 9-8, 7-8. You know, a lot of these hands, pair straight draws. Even like a 10x.
Overbets it.
Overbet's not going to work, though, because you got your opponent has 2 pair. You're not going to fold 2 pair now and heads up. You got no one to outlast anymore. Sure, your opponent might have a straight or a flush, but if this hand is just too good, especially with the king of spades that helps block some of the flushes you beat, nice call.
Nice call, and just like that, the chips have flipped. Pythagoras from Israel is your chip leader, heads up. I love the play with the overbet, just bad timing. I think if Pythagoras had like a weak middling pair, it works almost always. What a start to this heads up match.
Yeah, very, very good. And Pythagoras, I tell you, you can't count this guy out. He's been playing pretty good throughout this final table. He's got the 3 deuce. They are playing a limping game. They are pretty deep, but still introducing limping game quite early. Usually you see the limping game more 20 big blinds, maybe 25, but they're like 30, 40 big blinds. Like, okay, let's keep the pot small. Let's get some post flop in there. It is a bet on the flop. I don't think Pythagoras should bet the ace on the river, though, because it's hard to represent the ace when you didn't raise it pre-flop.
Yeah, if he bluffs here, he's got the nut low. It's impossible to have a worse hand than the deuce 3 here, Randy. He's got the stone nut low, checks it back. If we were playing split pot Omaha, this would be a chop, but we are not. We're playing no limit. And the queen 4 is good. All right. Heads up can be wild. It could be over in one hand, or you could go for a while. As we see an open with queen 8. Queen 10 standard defend. Don't think you want to 3-bet this one too often.
I think the queen 10 call is definitely the right play. It's not really that great of a hand to 3-bet. Did you have a lot of heads up experience from your sicko cash game grinding days? I've played a lot of heads up, yeah, because I like to start tables, so like in cash games, and like, you know, you got to sit and just wait for games to start. So kind of forced to play. So am I good at it? I don't know if I'm good at it, but probably better than you, Kmart. Who knows?
Probably, dude. Should we get a 25,000, 200, 400 heads up match?
200, 400 cents, maybe, you know, like, so let's keep it low. But regardless, it's trip 10s for the Pythagoras. I would go for some value. Seems likely your opponent's just going to keep checking back. It's a big bet. You know, remember, Morbury was the one that was hitting flops, but now we're down to heads up. We're changing it up.
Look at this. Chip lead goes Pythagoras' way. Level 42 here. 2 reasonable hands here. Pair and a suited connector.
Sorry, Kevin. Something just made me laugh in the chat. It says, you guys love heated seats, don't you?
Oh, pretty good flop here for the 8-6, actually. The open-ended. And deuces... Oh, I was just going to say, deuces can't really find many answers here, but that is the main answer, is to turn the deuce. My goodness.
It's going to open up the door for a Morbury to bet, because when your opponent checks back this flop, they're quite weak. They got a lot of ace highs, king highs, maybe a pair of 7s, some 6s, hands like pocket 3s, you know, like.
And this is very interesting. I think we're going to see a raise to like 32 million here, 30 million. And now a Morbury's in a tough spot. They're out of position.
This is in the muck for sure.
I was going to say it's usually going to go in the muck, but there's a small chance we could have seen a spicy option there.
I think Morbury's not ready to just put it all in on a draw right now in this heads up. He's like, this heads up match has been barely going to Pythagoras. I like the raise because the board was a little bit too wet. You know, if there was less flush draws out there, probably would just call, but I think it seems fine.
So far, Pythagoras has really outflopped a Morbury in a lot of pots here. Remember, guys, both these players have 100K locked up. They're playing a $46,000 heads-up match. I think A7 is just going to go with a check call here.
Yeah, check call would definitely. It's a little bit too dicey to start check raising. You start to confuse yourself a bit. It's hard for a Morbury to continue betting here. He doesn't have a spade. A spade would be nice to have some extra equity. Sure, it's an overcard, but like, look, sometimes your opponent's going to have a lot of hands. You just continue to turn still, like a 10-8 with a spade and a 7-8, like a lot of hands. I think 9-3 betting again would be just ambitious, and then you almost have to auto-fire the river just hoping your opponent has the weaker part of their range.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer a spade for sure, but does a Morbury go for it here? It's tempting. It's tempting. Checks back. River's a pair. I suspect both players are going to go check on this river and A7. Like, I don't think a Morbury is going to check back and then bluff when they make a pair. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think we're going to see check here.
Pythagoras is thinking about turning his hand to bluff. He's going to check. So yeah, the thing, ace, does the 3 ever good? Maybe not. But the thing is, you got to think about what you're going to get looked up with. And there's a lot of hands that could still look you up. And this is all Pythagoras right now. This is that theorem. It was a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? And then a squared is gone. So he just got to take out Morbury for the b squared to ship the tournament.
A nice hand here, though, to potentially heal the wound. Pocket kings for a Morbury.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, maybe? I mean, 3-bet's the standard. I'm wondering, maybe calling is fine. Just go for some check raises on the flop. Maybe that's better. I don't know what's better, but...
And now you have a hand that's really gross with Queen 10. He does decide to let it go. It's a nice fold.
Yeah, especially the dynamic so far. There hasn't been a 3-bet, so I think no reason to get out of line with the Queen 10 yet.
Blinds go up. Randy, we're playing for it all right now. The Battle of Malta mini main final table.
And Morbury's got to feel the pressure, right? Because this is the first time he's had 20 big blinds in the tournament. So he's got to be like, oh my God, I'm actually on the ropes of losing this one.
Look at this. Pair and a pair. It's unlikely that both players make a pair.
Check call would be the standard.
Yeah, I think turn's going to go check, check now. Key pot's 30 million in the middle.
Check the 7-6 makes a lot of sense. Jack 4. You don't like to see that 10 on the river. You're like, oh man, I just hope just please check it down with me. I would check the 7-6. You still very rarely win, but you do win sometimes against the A7 and the 6-5 you can chop it up with.
Ooh, couple of aces here. Let's see how this is going to go down.
Wow. This is a nice... I would like to see the ace-8 limp jam. Wow. Okay, so the Pythagoras like, you know what? Just check the ace-5. I'm suspicious. Well done.
Thought we might see some pre-flop action, but it was a limp and a check, so I was wrong on that account. Yeah, got to peel one with ace-high for sure. Heads up, you got to find more defends on these flops. Ranges are just wider. Is Morbury going to rally here? Is Morbury going to rally here after dominating so much of the final table? The one hand that really went against him was the ace-queen versus the kings. We're going to chop this one up here.
You were onto something last week when you were talking about the Israeli player. Right? They're just always like real strong and solid, and this Pythagoras has been pretty solid today. Playing pretty well. 10-3 offsuit. Well, I would like, regardless of what happens, I would like. Okay, just folds. I was gonna say I would like to see a Morbury just ship that in free.
I agree. Couple of folds. Level 43. Two very good hands here, heads up. Let's see, I think that they're now... Oh, we do see a raise here. They were using a limping strategy very often. And out-flopped. King 9 out-flopped.
You will see people often just throw a third pot bet out there and just try and take it down. And then when you get some resistance, it's like, okay, we know they got a little bit of something.
I think Queen 9 is strong enough to use as a check raise here, usually.
There is a check raise coming in. Obviously, it's dicey when you get called because you're like, okay, do I have the best hand? Do I have the worst hand? King 9, I think, man, I'm definitely suspicious. But, you know.
King 9.
Tough to play. It's tough to play.
Nice fold, nice fold. So we're going back and forth here. Back and forth. Again, heads up. Could be over any time. Ooh, okay. Pair and a pair again here. Randy, who do you got? Who are you taking?
I mean, look, I'm taking the guy after more chips. Give me Pythagoras, but what do you think?
I'll take a Morbury, dude. I'll take a Morbury. I feel like he's gonna rally. He's got the popsicle. He's got the ice around his name right now.
Popsicle is not a good thing in these stats things. Just letting you know. But these chip stacks are going to even up a bit more after this pot ends, I assume. A Morbury, love to see another bet. It's getting kind of dicey, right? You know, but he's going to check, and maybe he loses his pot, because if I'm Pythagoras, I'm betting the 3 deuce here. I know it's not good. There's a 4 straight out there. There's a 4 flush out there. I would love to have seen a bet. Turn your hand into a bluff.
Check, check. And a Morbury with a couple nice hands gets this match a little bit closer to even here. So Morbury with 30 big blinds is the short stack. It's a good flop. They're rallying, dude. I'm telling you, Randy. They're rallying.
Oh, it is getting close, huh? I mean, I don't see how the 2 3s is going to win this pot. It'd be pretty darn hard. A Morbury, 7-9. You want to check call these types of hands, and I guess for Pythagoras, there's 2 options. You can bet small on the turn, check back the river, or maybe check back the turn and play river card. I kind of like betting small again. I mean, you kind of want to charge those 10-9s, 10-8s. They're not going to check call again. Your hand can get counterfeited.
Wow, we could see a new chip leader after this one, because 7-9 going to be calling here. And I expect river to go check, check.
We're like pretty much dead even in chips almost, huh? Assuming this pot doesn't go someone's way, but I think the 3 still has a good amount of showdown value. You beat like the king, queen suited and stuff.
There we go. Back and forth once again, guys. What a battle we have here for this championship. A Morbury not giving up an inch.
King, queen is definitely strong enough to go for 3-bet value. This deep. They are playing almost 40 big blinds. Your opponent is just too strong of a hand. Otherwise, you're just too easy to play against if you only 3-bet premiums. So nicely 3-bet. And the 10-7 suited is definitely a hand you could play post-flop in a 3-bet pot. I guess the question is, do you think your opponent is 3-betting tight or loose? He thinks his opponent is 3-betting tight, so that's why he lays it down. But if it was an opponent who was 3-betting more garbagey hands, then 10-7 suited would start to come into play.
Look how dead even they are. Dead even.
Like literally, it's like getting as close as it is. 2-7 suited.
Look at the Pythagoras is running out of the shot clock. Of course, the chess clock at these GGPoker final tables. It's down to just 3 minutes here.
It does seem that a Morbury does win more pots than Pythagoras when they both flop nothing, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about Pythagoras. They just get that triangle. That theorem is just too strong to beat.
Well, it's math. It's science. It's stood the test of time.
Yes, that theorem is still true today. So there's no way he can lose this. I just don't see it happening. But Morbury does have the initiative here. He is going to take down this pot and regain this chip lead and hold on to it.
I hate to break your bubble, Randy. This is going to hurt, but there is concrete evidence that the Pythagorean theorem was discovered by Babylonian mathematicians over 1,000 years before Pythagoras was even born.
Before this man, Pythagoras, who's playing our Battle of Malta tournament. Are you serious? And
Wow.
now, look, you just cursed him because he's got the ace-9 against the ace-queen suited now. Oh, my God.
This is
Once
a
you
bit of a
release that
mini-
information, you destroyed him.
This is a bit of a mini cooler heads up here because ace-9, we can't just fold to a 3-bet. We're either calling or mixing in some 4-bets.
I think I play it safe and see a flop because I'm still feeling out a Morbury. He looks like he's going to fold. Nice fold.
Wow, it turns out to be the correct fold, but that is on the snug side. His opponent had ace-queen, so great laydown. Usually ace-9, a mandatory continue there in some way.
I think both players are like, okay, we haven't seen each other 3-bet yet, so we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Having said that, that should start making people 3-bet a little bit more, but who knows? It's a lot of money they're playing for, so they don't want to be like too crazy, right? And I can understand that. But then again, you only got one guy to beat. There's no one to wait. So maybe now is the time to make some moves.
So advantage has gone back into a Morebree's corner. He's been peeling here with these hands. Decides to fold the queen deuce. 10 hands left in this level. So Morebree started with the chip lead. Pythagoras took it over. Back to a Morebree. Back and forth, back and forth. If I had to give the slight edge to who's playing better, I think a Morebree is playing I think they just have a
oh my god.
Oh,
why did you release that information to curse Pythagorean? The Babylonian is laughing now, right? From 1,000 years ago.
This is another sick little heads-up cooler, kind of similar to the previous hand.
Oh man, there's a chance Ace-10 is worthy of a 3-bet all-in now because you've seen the guy 3-bet you twice. You folded Ace-9, so you're like, I got a little bit better hand. I got less chips. Maybe I just go for it. I would have folded.
There it is.
Oh my god, this is it.
This could be it for the Battle of Malta Mini Main Championship. Ace Queen is ahead and holding. Needs to fade a 10, and we have a champion.
Is it done? It's done.
It's all over, Randy.
Wow.
GG. It is all over. Good game. What a battle. A Morebree is our champion. Congratulations. Outlasts over 30,000 players and wins $145,549 US. And there it is. Randy, see, heads up, it can be small pots and then it can just blow up in an instance. What do you have to say about our champion and how they did here today?
I mean, he has a lot of chips in a heads-up match, but Morebree first begin with noob sideball, right? The came in as chip leader of 8 million chips, lost it all slowly, and Morebree only went up. He came in third place and chipped up slowly, and he started to take opportunity when Noob was out of the tournament. He just started raising every single hand. He played the best at this final table. He was the most experienced player. He wasn't one of those guys out of the 7 that, this is their biggest cash from that min cash of 9 minimum. But Morebree played excellent throughout this final table. Just really chipped up, played really well. We got to hand it out to our second place guy, the Pythagorean theorem, right? Like, he played pretty good throughout. He hung in it, took some snug spots, but he still, fought back a little bit. But don't you think it's funny how you released that information? You hate to burst your bubble. He may have not have founded the Pythagorean theorem, a squared b squared equals c squared. And he instantly got ace-9 versus the ace-queen suited, and an ace-10. He was just over in less than 5 minutes after.
Yeah, I did seem to release a bit of a curse there. Also, we got to give a shout out to our third place finisher, SSR, the family man with a nice score. These are some of my favorite final tables. The big fields, you get a bunch of unknowns playing for potentially life-changing money, and congratulations to everyone who made our final table. That was a lot of action, very enjoyable. Let's go check out the final result here one last time. Congratulations to all of our money winners. What a final table this was, all the way down to our Canadian Burp, who got 9th place. That's right. Oh, and again, 5th place for Noob Sabat. That really does hurt. I hope they get to appreciate the score. They came in with a massive chip lead, a bit of a sour result. But today is the day of a Morebree. Congratulations. Excellent play. $145,949. And congrats to our second place finisher. It's not a 6-figure score. It's not. It's $6 less.
$6 off.
It's a 5-figure score, but let's round it up for him, I guess. Congratulations to all these winners. This was a lot of fun. The Battle of Malta, a very successful event here on GGPoker. It's not over. It's still going on. Get in there. Give yourself a chance to be on our broadcast. The main event is going on right away. There's some more side events, some last chance, and then, of course, the high roller on Sunday. So good luck to everybody playing in the final Battle of Malta events. And also, Randy, we're having a lot of fun. Let's come back next Saturday. Why not? Because next Saturday, me and Randy are going to be bringing you the Battle of Malta final table for the main event next Saturday here on the GG YouTube channel. We're going to be back next Saturday having that fun show. I don't know if it's going to be entertaining as this show, but I think it might just live up to the hype. There we go. set your calendars. Next Saturday, me and Randy will be back with you. My goodness. Congratulations to Amorbury, the mini main champion. Oh my goodness, Randy. Put a bow on it for us. What did we see here today?
It was just lovely, right? It was a lot of short stack trying to wait each other out. At one point we had 4 guys with less than 5 big blinds trying to wait each other out, but eventually it was the family man that won that little mini tournament and got the big pay jumps, cashing that 66,000 or so. But Coco Latina, did really well, got 4th place. He actually was fighting back against the chip leader, but eventually it was the chip leader who crushed his final table, won this heads-up match, and he had the most bluffy image of all the guys here, besides of course Noob, and that's why he was able to get that action with the ace-queen suited against the ace-10. If it was like some other guys who may be 3-betting the ace-10, maybe folds, maybe see a flop, could be a different heads-up match, it could be continuing. But you know what? It was Amorbury, deserves to win. I think the best player at this final table, performed really well. I think well deserved and well done.
He put on a clinic, and you put on a clinic in the booth, my friend. Always fun working with you. My name is Kevin Martin. This is my buddy Randy Nanonoko. Again, we'll be back next Saturday. But hey, there's more coverage on this channel. All you got to do is subscribe to this channel, turn your notifications on. Heads up match between Doug Polk and Daniel Negreanu. Ongoing coverage on this channel. And of course, we'll be back next Saturday. Have a wonderful Saturday, Randy. I'm off to go play live poker. There's a main event happening in Calgary. I'm going to go. I dusted off a bullet yesterday. I'm going to go try
Calgary,
to do it again.
huh?
Yeah, in Calgary, man. Don't hate on Calgary, bro. Don't hate on Calgary. Guys, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye. Stack, got some nice ladders, and ace king, your big blind shove, gonna get called. Needs a 10 for a Brazilian player to stay alive. Oh, a 10 in the window. Oh, a jack on the
Jesus
turn.
Christ.
There's some chop outs. No, okay, wow, back and forth there. Good game to Coca Latina. Massive score. Battle of Malta mini main championship. Ace Queen is ahead and holding. Needs to fade a 10, and we have a champion.
Is it done? It's done.
It's all over, Randy. GG. It is all over. Good game. What a battle. Amorbury is our champion.